Hey, yo, what's good, what's good, what's good? Welcome to Reflections of a DJ, the R.O.A.D podcast presented by DJ City and Beat Source. I'm one of your hosts, DJ Crooked. We got Jamie the Great here.
Yeah.
Big shout out to our boy, DJ Never, Never Forever. And now we got a special guest here in Vegas. He's all the way from D.C., repping the DMV. And he's the DJ for Wale, Mac Miller, Raheem Devon, and B2K, which I got a lot of questions about B2K. And he's been on the radio for years and years. WKYS 93.9. He's a big part of DC. We're happy to have him here. We got DJ Money in the building.
Hey, appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for having me. And I'm a big fan of the podcast.
Oh, nah. Glad to have you here. I'm glad Skills hit us up and he connected us. He was
my guy. Because we talked about this before, Skills, Spencer Tracy, a few of them about me coming here. But I had no idea that y'all was in Vegas this whole time. I don't know why I didn't. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. I was like, I'm coming to Vegas.
Yeah, we're all over sometimes.
Yeah, we're all over the place at this point.
I was like, I feel like I had no idea that y'all was
How do you know Skills? How did you connect with Skills?
So, Mixer Meeting actually at KYS, we actually was me and him got super cool just talking over music. And then he just became like one of my very closest friends over like very randomly, like me and him just bonded like over music and arguing about hip hop and
same. I don't know why. That's the same way I became friends with Skills. You just start talking music and you guys become friends.
Yeah.
Wait, so how long have you been on the radio?
Since what year was it? I think my first year. So Gilbert Arenas' birthday party, what was that? 2008.
2008.
So I that's where they heard me the first time. So I'll say 2009 on 2009.
2009 on. And then you just met Skills through like the radio.
Mixer meetings, just being out. I'm one of those folks too. Like when I'm out, I just like to converse, whether it's about music and just different stuff like that. So me and him just met in a Mixer meeting. I feel like it was for $1 Million Backpack.
Oh, nice.
I feel like it was. I'll say it was. But then after that, like I said, me and him got cool. My OG DJ Iron, who's like a big influence over me, he actually was already friends with him. Okay. So once me and Skills got cool, I think he kind of like did hit check like, yo, what's up, this young kid here? And he was like, yo.
I mean, you're a DC head, right?
Yeah. DMV, DC South, and
Skills is
he's VA, super VA.
So is there a difference between y'all? Like
absolutely, but
I want to know.
Yeah, what's the difference? I'm from LA. I don't know much.
I want to know.
Absolutely, but you know what's funny now, especially because I don't want to go too crazy. But now,
what does that mean? What do you mean you want to get too crazy?
Because so you got Northern Virginia, which is closer to DC, which is originally what the DMV was, right?
All right.
So you got like DC, Maryland, Virginia, but the Virginia we spoke of was like Northern Virginia.
Okay.
But he's from Richmond, Norfolk area. I'm like, well, he's from Richmond, but that area down there, 757, 88, the 804, like, so pretty much I would say that's like a whole nother place to us. You know what I'm saying? I feel like in the past 5 years, 10 years or so, we've kind of brought it more together. You know what I'm saying? Because, Chris Brown's from out there, Trey Songz from out there. Like, there's a lot of folks from out there, from that area. But and of course, Neptune's, Timberland.
Yeah, because I was wondering if VA has a chip on their shoulder. Like, VA motherfuckers have a little chip on their shoulder.
I think so. And then even this year with Tommy Richmond.
Tommy Richmond.
Who's Nova, who's not like, he's not Richmond, but he's more closer to DC and Maryland. But I feel like we all have chips, right? I feel like
what's the DC like? I mean, go-go. You guys have go-go history.
We have soul history. Go history. Rap now. You know what I'm saying? Maryland, the same thing. R&B heavy, and of course still rap and stuff like that. But of course, since we're 20 by 20, DC is. You know what I'm saying? Everyone kind of lives on the outskirts, which is Maryland, which is Virginia, these parts, these pockets, you know what I'm saying? So, of course, just like LA, I feel like if you're not LA proper, if you're from the IE or somewhere else, they don't really claim they're from LA, right? It's kind of like the same thing, you know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Like, it's kind of like the same thing in the DMV.
But is there like an instant kind of like, I don't know, you got to get through like a certain wall between the VA and the DC dude or something?
Like a bridge or something?
Not super Virginia.
Or like when you walk away from like Skills, like such a Virginia ass motherfucker.
No, but he has his moments for sure. That's my brother. I love him. He has moments. But I feel like it's more DC and Maryland have that combativeness a little bit. But
really?
Again, we've really kind of bridged.
Wait, what is the DC Maryland?
I mean, like Baltimore folks, don't say they don't
right.
really claim that, even though that's Maryland. You know what I'm saying? Baltimore kind of
Baltimore's a little pushed out, right?
Yeah, they have their own lingo, they have their own stuff. But at the same time, I feel like myself and a lot of other folks from out there, Flow, different people are we're just trying to bridge the gap in general, because we don't have, you know, the same like kind of like marketplace market share as a lot of other places.
Yeah,
so it's like for us, it's like we're all here. We need to support each other. We need to do the stuff that we need to do to make sure that folks hear our sound and our music and just support each other. Baltimore has their own sound, their own folks, and even though they're their own folks, they're still Maryland. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let's support them. Virginia, the same thing. Shaboozey now, #1 record. Tommy Richmond, #2 record, because you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So it's like we need to support each other. You know what I'm saying? That's really what comes down.
Do you feel like DC, the DMV, they don't get enough like props? Like no one ever talks about.
Folks steal our swag all the time, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Virginia alone has some production.
I know, but
come on.
It's funny. Whenever I meet DMV motherfuckers, they're very cocky.
Yeah,
but they're humble.
Yeah.
There's like this they're like actually very humble in nature.
Yeah.
But then there's this layer of cockiness. I don't even know if it's cockiness. Maybe it's like
confidence.
It's being sure and also understanding that.
But no one's ever like, yo, man, like the DC motherfuckers are killing it or VA's killing it. Like no one ever really verbally gives props to the DMV.
I think it happens. I think it happens in certain aspects, but I think that it overshadows certain things. Like Ye said that he came to Maryland and got his style from us, right? Yeah. And it's a lot of artists that do that. Even Luke has said that the chants he got from Go-Go in DC when he started doing the chants for Miami bass. So a lot of folks just come and get our swag and kind of leave.
I mean, Jay-Z was down there flipping packs too.
Jay-Z, do it again. It's from a Rare Essence record.
I feel like DC and the DMV doesn't get enough props, so like everyone has to be a little bit more louder about it.
Exactly.
You know? Which I understand.
100%.
But if you know, you know. Because
if you know exactly.
It's crazy.
But we definitely have to. I feel like now, especially, and I feel like I've been saying this forever, but it's the truth. Like, especially now with Virginia and different stuff happening, we have to really make sure we champion our sound, our folks, and really get it going. Like a DMV person has a #1 record right now. Like, let's keep it a buck. Like Shaboozey, like he's been doing this sound for a long time. Shout out to Stevie. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's one of those things now where we really need to champion what we are, who we are, and how we've done it.
But DC's like really killing it with the festivals, right?
Broccoli City.
Broccoli City's been around forever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something's in the water.
Something in the water is out there.
I actually did one of the first Broccoli City.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Which
one?
one?
In the day. I was like maybe the second one.
Okay, you gotta tell me who was on it, because I feel like Undertaker. I feel like I've done every single one.
You have one?
Like,
I think Cam performed.
Okay, so that probably was like second or third one.
Second or third one, I did it. Yeah. It was like I was on super early. It was like
that's good though. That's good. Yeah, but Broccoli has really become a staple. But same thing. Like even with that festival, you know what I'm saying, making sure that, you know, DMV voices are heard on that platform.
Yeah.
It's something that, you know, we all speak about, and they make sure happens.
How did you become a part of Broccoli City?
Well, I actually know the guys, my man B, D and them. They all are like friends of mine before the festival. So once the festival came about, actually it's funny because that festival was like one of the first times I spun for Wale.
Y'all name is next to each other. It's just DJ Crooked on this side and DJ Money on this side.
On the flyer?
Yeah, on the flyer.
Oh, really? Hilarious.
Yeah. Look, right here. DJ Crooked, DJ Money.
Wait, his name is a little bit bigger than mine.
Oh, yeah.
I'm home. That's why. I'm home. That's why.
Yeah.
Wait.
It's 2014.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So 2014.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
he had a dressing room.
No, you couldn't.
I had to just walk up and spin.
See, now we know.
Shout out to DJ Prince and Jerome Baker, also on the lineup.
Yeah. Jerome Baker, my guy. That's my guy.
That was a weird time though for me to do Broccoli City.
Really? Why?
I was doing a lot of like LA, New York, West Coast, Vegas rooms.
Right.
So when
that was very open for like format then, right?
Was it?
No, I'm asking you for Vegas rooms.
Yeah, it's very open format.
Okay, so I know LA, y'all had, it was a sound going on.
That was a sound.
We spoke about that. That was like the Playhouse era.
Playhouse era,
Exactly.
Toxic Saturdays,
Yeah.
and the Tuesday
So when I went and I was like, I think it was just like I didn't have time to really prep nothing, and so when I did Broccoli City, I was like, oh shit, like I'm really not ready for this.
Yeah, it's different. It's different because and just like on the West Coast, certain records, you just got to play.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing in DC. Just certain songs that if you know kind of songs.
Yeah, and there was all these deep cuts probably coming out at that time that I wasn't up on.
Yeah,
and like Jerome Baker would always try to put me up on shit.
Yeah, and also too, you gotta remember, like I feel like in DC, DMV in general, we just like y'all, we are very. If we like it, we love it. Like it doesn't matter where you're from. Project Pat could come there right now and go crazy. Devin the Dude could come there right now and go crazy. Or, Travis was there early. Like, there's just certain artists that you wouldn't expect to like fill a room in another market, especially a market like DC that has been an A market, to come and fill a room that could come to DC and fill rooms.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah.
I have a question. I've heard from a lot of DJs, and I'm saying multiple DJs.
Copy.
They tell me that like a DC crowd is one of the hardest.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. I don't want to say they're one of the worst crowds. They're just
I know what you mean.
They're hard not to
they're
crack.
hard to please.
Yeah,
they're hard to please. So it's like once you
like these DJs, like the DJs I talk to, they're like, oh man, I gotta go do DC. I want to fucking do DC.
Yeah,
why is that?
Because I feel like it's a couple reasons.
Yeah.
Location, because we have a melting pot of folks.
Yeah.
So it depends on what room you're playing, right? So in that room, you could have a room a little more hipster where you could get away with some stuff, or you could have a room that's really trapped out, and you need to know that. You need to know that room. You know what I'm saying? I always remember me and Drama. First time I met him, we did love together, and when I came on, I played a couple records that just was. If he thought would be regular records and they worked, and he was just like, oh, it's going crazy like that out here. I'm like, like here you just have to fill it out, So I mean, in DC you just have to fill it out, and of course I say forever, we one of the best party cities ever. Like a lot of folks underestimate us, but if you come to DC, you might miss your flight before you go home. That's a fact.
I mean, yeah, I've heard the same shit because I've heard like How Are You is a big fucking thing, and in October. I mean, what's our guys over there in DC?
Adobo.
Yeah. Like Adobo's out there, and they're fucking killing it, and Darlene Nikki.
Pedro's my guys.
Yeah, so, I mean, you guys are really them, definitely.
Yeah. Definitely a melting pot. So even like that, they have the scene, but they also throw their own type of parties that is not just the Latin stuff as well. So, like, you really can kind of flip every room. Like, even with me, even sometimes to my detriment sometimes, I feel like I'm a chameleon when it comes to rooms. So I can go into a room and just play Southern stuff, and somebody might see me and be like, oh, that's all he does. Or I might go to a Adobo party, and like I've done multiple times, and just play all that, and then folks would be confused, So,
he's Dominican.
Yeah. Look, he's Dominican. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends.
There are a number of high caliber DJs from DC that are just stellar.
100%.
Like stellar fucking DJs.
100%.
And I think sometimes in the country, it's maybe not acknowledged because it's in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the East is not talking about it enough and the West is not talking about it enough. But it's like, some of the best DJs I've ever heard are from DC.
I appreciate that. And I think also too, just going places, and I'm pretty sure being from the West Coast, y'all have seen this too as you travel. A lot of times too, and being in Vegas, respectfully, like a lot of times, folks get nervous. You know what I'm saying? When you go into these rooms and start killing these rooms, and they don't expect you to kill a room or whatever it is. And I think a lot of times that's what it comes down to. At times, we have some of the best in the world, I feel like, and I'm not just saying that because I'm from there. Like, I've studied, you know what I'm saying? Just watch people, just like I've watched people come there that are superstars and bomb. You know what I'm saying? Multiple times. I've you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'll go to Houston or New York or LA and see them kill a room with the same set. But it all depends. Like, our crowd is very different, and our crowd wants what they want, and that's really what it comes down to.
Who did you come up? Like, where did you
and Analyze? DJ Analyze is like he's my guy. So like, I always say I'm the last era of carrying crates. So like iron,
is that so?
Analyze.
Really?
That's how I really feel. Like, so a lot of times when I first came on, I was hosting. I wasn't even spinning. I was carrying crates. Love Nightclub, Dream.
So it's Mark Barnes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. He's
the OG.
He's the OG. I'm not. I usually, if we weren't doing this podcast, I would definitely do a Mark Barnes impersonation, but I'm not going to do it right
Why not? No, I want to see.
I'm not going to do this. But nah, Mark is my guy.
I want to see. If you want, we'll take the camera away from you, and it's on us.
Which Mark Barnes are you going to do? Like when he's yelling at you?
No, I'm not going to do the yelling Mark Barnes. You got to do.
Let me see the Mark Barnes.
You got to do the I'm popping Mark Barnes. Listen here, listen here, Thoughty. Listen, nigga. I made you, nigga. You don't know me, nigga, but I made you. Nah, let me stop. I love Mark. Mark's my guy.
That's really good.
Mark's my guy. He really gave me a shot when I never had no backing.
So many people shot.
Yeah, so exactly. Yeah. So at a time, one of my friends, he
wait, let's explain who Mark Barnes is real quick.
Yes.
Mark Barnes is like
he's a legend.
He's a legend in nightlife.
Yes.
And he's still running his nightclub Park on 14th.
Mm-hmm.
I was DJing there probably in like 09, 10, 11, 12,
Absolutely.
something. They would fly me out there every month, and I started like learning about like the DC scene, hanging out with Jerome Baker. And, but yeah, I mean, he had that legendary nightclub, Love, right?
Love. It was called Dream before, and then it became Love. But he did just a lot of unprecedented stuff that folks never did. Concerts on the block, bringing in, like I said, Gilbert Arenas' birthday party. I never seen a party on Sports Center until I spun at that party. Like,
I mean, Gilbert Arenas just comes up in the news a lot.
I mean, that's, for a good reason this time, though. This is for a good reason. You know what I'm saying? But I always tell folks that was like, at that time, of course, I was running around that party and I was like, oh, wow, like, okay, I did something. Like, this is kind of crazy. I'll never forget, and I'll tell this. I'll never forget, Gabrielle Union was at the bar drinking a beer, and I'm going back upstairs. AI was sitting down. I think SNS was on the fourth floor. SNS was on the fourth floor.
Wow.
AI was sitting down with the AI jersey on. With his own jersey on.
The white one or the black one?
I think I'm gonna say it was the white one. with Mariah Carey standing in front of him, and I was like, all right, I can do this. This is
what vortex did I walk?
Exactly. Like where did I? That party was amazing. Like that's
he's
top 5.
One of like, I would say the top tier like
club owners.
Yeah.
Well, he's one of the top tier people in like black nightlife.
100%.
To literally break records.
Yeah.
And just make people be like, oh shit, this is like, he's just doing next level Hollywood ass shit.
Facts.
Yeah.
And also just the fact that he made certain avenues in black nightlife now not just feel cool, but just elevated it.
Yeah.
Like everyone felt like, certain parties were just like, oh yeah, if this person comes to the party, it's gonna be this type of party. Like I've been to a party where Jeezy and them are there with suits on, and I'm like, how did you convince them to do this? Sean Paul and Beyonce performing together.
I wonder if there's a conversation there that maybe he had one of the more high upscale, like kind of like suit and tie black events in DC, like or maybe in the East Coast in general, where it just leaked over to like all these other.
I felt like he set a standard. Like it was like he set a standard because a lot of folks were doing like wardrobe. I mean, not wardrobe, but a lot of folks are doing, making sure folks had to wear certain stuff. But I felt like he made it kind of tasteful. Like folks were mad at him at first, but now looking back at it, it really helped set the standard in the party because it was only you. Unless you came right, you wasn't getting in. It didn't matter. I've seen him turn away celebrities. I've seen him he did not care. You know what I'm saying? In a different level. So shout out to Mark. Like that definitely set the platform for me to create my base to kind of like move forward in what I was doing. And like I said, like I didn't really have a champion, and during that time he gave me a chance. Like and don't get it twisted, he definitely put barriers in front of me to see if I could overcome them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I became cool with a lot of folks along the way because of that. But in that time, you know what I'm saying, and in that time frame of growing, like shout out to him, man, like because that really prepared me for a lot of stuff. Because when I met a lot of other promoters and different stuff, when they try stuff, I was like, man, I work for Mark Ron. This ain't nothing, man. What y'all got going?
So wait, you came up with Analyze. You were carrying his crates.
Yep.
You were kind of like hosting.
Yep.
A little like doing some promotion, almost like
I was literally just hosting and learning more for him because at this time.
And this was at Dream?
Yeah, it was at Dream.
Wow.
I was just a basement DJ. Like that was me. I was practicing. You understand, when I first started doing this before, like, you know what I'm saying, I really, not saying that I didn't see myself doing more, but I just did everything I've done for music as a medium was just off of passion. Mm-hmm. It's just because I love music. It was never to create, to get money or nothing like that. I literally was buying these records to learn about making records because I really wanted to use music as a medium. However I wanted to do, whether it be producing, whether it be songwriting, whether it be helping artists create this music. I really felt like God gave me this gift of my ear to hear what's next, what's right, what's good. And I just kind of use that as like a great way to move the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like once I actually got in front of people, you know what I'm saying, outside of, you know, your fam and stuff like that. When you spend it for your family and stuff like that, of course they're gonna support you. Like, but when I actually had a chance to spin in front of a crowd and it worked, and I felt that vibe of like performing. Then it became like, okay, I want to do this.
I mean, I feel like your story is like a lot of DJ stories.
Yeah,
like
no, for sure.
Like we didn't do this shit for money in the beginning, you know.
But, yeah, for sure.
But it's always a great feeling when you're in front of a crowd and stuff.
Oh, man.
But I do want to talk about The Dream.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Mark Barnes' The Dream Love, it's just like being a part of that is almost like the tunnel in New York, right?
100%.
So, like, how was The Dream in DC? Like, what was the year? What was the year?
I think I feel like I came there, like I said, in like 2006, 2007.
Yeah.
So I feel like it opened in 03, maybe 02, 03. I could be lying.
Is that the club that they shot Hey Ma in front of?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that is that club. But yeah, Mark and Taz, they were running the city.
Is this around the time of like Big Meech?
Yes.
Yeah.
Me and Mark, the first time we met, he told me, this is again vinyl era. He said, all right, you want to come up and spin? Bring your records. Come up there tomorrow, 10 a.m. I said, all right. I come there. I wait for him almost 2 hours. He comes in. He's like, what you doing here? I said, you told me come here and spin a record. He's like, all right, so go up to the roof and let me hear you. So I'm up there spinning. I'm going crazy. I feel like I'm going crazy. Everyone, mind you, the club's not open.
Yeah.
They're just doing daily activities, like, so everyone's cleaning and different stuff like that. This girl comes in and she's like, yo, what are you doing? I said, yo, Mark told me to play. Mark left 2 hours ago. What are you talking about? I said, oh my goodness. So the next day when he came back, I was there again. And he was like, oh, what's going on? Like, you're still here? I'm like, yeah, I told you. He did it again. He actually listened that time, and he was like, all right, well, come this Thursday, and I want you to just shadow people and stuff like that. So that's what I started doing. I started going around, shadowing folks, coming up during the day, whatever he needed to get done. You know what I'm saying? I just relentless in what I wanted to do, just because I felt like in my head, to be honest, if I could take over this club, I could take over DC.
Okay.
That was my philosophy.
And then he was just like, yo, come to Essence Fest?
After that, he was like, yo, if you can get down there, come to Essence Fest. I was like, all right, bet. I'll figure it out. I'll come down there. And I was just doing this. I did this for like 2 years without getting $1. You know what I'm saying? So during this time, I'm meeting Analyze, Trini, all these legends like Iron and Zay, in my eyes, are like guys that like I never thought that I would even meet, let alone, you know, be on the same stage as them. And it got to a point where now they're like, all right, we trust you. Like, you could do some stuff. You could open a little bit, And then they found out that I was good. And Analyze found out that I was good. And he was like, all right, so if you want to open, that'll help me out. Cool. After that happens, Howard Homecoming, and I can't forget the year. Shout my boy, shout out SNS. Because his train was late coming down. So Mark is like, you got your records? I always have my records in the car. He was like, yeah. He said, all right, SNS is late. Get on until he gets here. I was like, oh, great. So I get my records. I go up there, and I play main floor, playing records. Howard Homecoming.
Which
Howard
is
Homecoming,
huge, right?
Huge. It's Howard
How many
Homecoming.
people were there? Like,
second floor was at least almost 2,000 people. Second floor is almost
Damn.
2,000 people. That club was 4,000 or 5,000 people, like depending on
This is Dream?
This is Dream, yeah.
Wow.
Dream Love, yeah. So like I get on, I'm doing my thing, and I'll never forget it. I was playing Billie Jean and the record skipped, and I'll never forget that. I'll never forget it because it hurt my feelings. It's the peak, you know.
Yeah.
It
happens.
It
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I mean, during that time, man, it was just that Dream Love, like I said, is one of those things that will never happen again. Like the Super Club is dead now, of course, but during that time, there's so many moments. That video that's going around with Jay-Z and Jeezy, My President Is Black, like that's us doing that. They running up with the CD and giving us the CD and being like, all right, like yo, this is the new Jay, like yo, I need y'all to play it, and all the floors are playing the record, you know, and he's performing the record, like.
But that wasn't Dream in part. That was
was Love, yeah. I mean, Dream was like they changed the name from Dream to Love. It was the same club, it was the same spot. You know what I'm saying? So that Park is on 14th Street.
Oh, was Dream and Love still open when Park was open?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So Love,
okay.
Love, he opened Park because he knew the Super Club was dying. He opened Park because he knew the Super Club was dying. So during that time,
because I remember DJing. I remember being in DC.
Yeah.
When Obama won.
Yes, both times.
Yeah,
both times.
But the first time
was legend.
Was crazy.
That was the nuttiest time.
Yeah,
that was when My President Is Black, right?
Yeah, yes. That was My President Is Black.
So you heard that on every corner, and it was like
it was everywhere.
It was insane.
We premiered that at Love. They
Wow.
bought this disc in and had 4 of them and gave them to every person on each floor. That night, Jeezy heard it for the first time at that party.
Wow.
He knew that Jay did a verse, but never heard the verse.
Wait, Jay did a verse to that?
Yeah.
I just remember
that was
Jeezy.
huge.
That was the one.
That was
the reason why I went crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember that right now.
Oh man, I'm telling you.
That was on repeat, like, and the whole thing is like the craziest shit is when you were walking through DC that whole weekend or that whole week, it was just like. It was like Coachella in the middle of the street.
Yes.
Shit. It was like
he's not lying.
I'm telling you, like everywhere you went, people were drinking, celebrating, partying. It was like parties nonstop. I remember I was DJing and I stayed a couple days and it was nuts.
Energy
it was like you couldn't get a cab. It was like pandemonium, and then you just heard that song getting played every fucking where on repeat. On
corners, radio, clubs, party. It was everywhere. That was a different time, man. Like it was a great time. But yeah, like Love, that whole era really built.
I didn't know Love was open when the Park was open.
Yes.
I didn't know
he
that.
literally sold it probably like that. But that's what made it even a bigger deal, because when he did do it initially, it was like, yo, he's gonna really monopolize, because it's like, yo, you got two of the biggest clubs. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Park feels more like New York, like with the levels of how it looks and stuff like that.
He also brought me in because of an Asian promoter, and I think like at that club they were doing like a Korean or Asian and black night.
Yeah.
So it's like
Saturdays.
So like it was Saturdays.
Yeah.
So like in DC,
that was Panorama.
I don't know what it was.
It might have been Panorama.
So like in DC, like white people don't buy bottles.
No.
At all.
Like they go to like Georgetown, they hang out in the bars, right?
Yes.
So like the only people popping bottles were like Asians and black people.
Yep.
So like
that's a fact.
So like
you are not this is a fact.
Julie Lee heard me
okay.
in Vegas, and then she's like talking to Mark. She's like, we got to bring this DJ over there. He plays everything. He plays like the EDM the Asians want to hear.
Yeah.
But then he also plays like some dance hall, and he's from New York, so he knows hip hop. So I was playing like this was the illest room. It was just all Asians and black people,
and going
going off.
And you was on the 4th floor, right, at that time?
Yeah.
I'm about to say, because they just recently moved the booth down to the 3rd floor. But during the time you were, it was probably the same time that I was there, so you was on the 4th floor, looking down. Yeah.
So that was that era that I was in.
Yeah. Love was still open.
I didn't know Love was still open.
Love was still open.
No one never spoke to me about it.
Well, during that time, Park was just like the new hotness. So at that time, everyone started wanting to get in the Park You know what I'm saying? That was like, it turned in, and also too, like, Love has had such a run during that time that everyone now is like, had been to Love. Love it, we, you know, 10 years it felt like at that point.
Interesting. So I'm surprised we never even crossed paths.
No, I said that. Me and Skills, we talked about it. She's like, y'all never met. I said, bro, I don't know how we never met. But I mean, I look at it as a good thing. That means we,
because I even listened to Quicksilver, who's nasty.
Yeah,
he's fucking nasty.
But he's always at Park. See, I wasn't always at Park, and also at the time, during that time, because you said that was that 2012.
I mean, it's around. I don't know.
I just looked at Fremont Street was in 2012.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, Fremont Park on 14th was in 2012.
Okay, yeah. So 2012 and stuff during that time. This is when I started touring. So I started touring with Mac, probably like 2010, 2011.
Mac Miller.
Yes.
Oof. Wow.
Yeah. So
when how did you link up with Mac Miller?
So Phil Ade, another artist.
Rest in peace to Mac Miller.
One of my favorite artists.
Oh my God.
Yeah, rest in peace to Mac. His boy Q was a big Phil Ade fan, and me and Phil was doing a lot of mixtapes that was going crazy in DC.
What kind of mixtapes?
Just Phil rapping and me, like old school mixtapes of us just putting it together, like him doing freestyles and doing different stuff, and me screaming all over him. You know, that's like the old school model of the mixtape. So it really got a lot of buzz on the blogs and different stuff like that, and a lot at home. So he offered he was like, yo, y'all should come on the road with us, at the time, Clock, who was his DJ, he actually couldn't get into Canada at the time. So he asked me initially to spin with him during that time. But me and him built up a rapport so much that I just ended up doing everything international for like the next 3 years.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. So Rest in peace, my brother Mac, man. Even when I first moved out to Cali, he was the first person I was really going through some stuff at home. I had a friend that I lost, and I'm not gonna lie, I really like fell out of love with like spinning for a second, and I wanted to just kind of like reset. So he let me come and stay on his couch and everything in L.A. when like Studio City, when he was on TV and all that. So like, yeah, shout to Mac, man.
What did you learn from Raheem DeVaughn, from B2K to like Mac Miller? You know that?
I feel like crowd control. So I think the biggest thing that I learned from there is patience and crowd control. What I mean?
Yeah, explain that.
Yeah, what I mean by that is I feel like on the B2K tour, one of the biggest things that I saw early on was how together they were. Right, like where everything was timed. That was and I hadn't done shows yet, so I didn't know this stuff was happening. Like how I saw rap and stuff was like, oh, they must get on stage and just come up with this stuff on the spot, not knowing that everything's time. Every single second is time. When they come out, it's time. When they go change their clothes, it's time. Raheem, I learned how to pivot because he's like a singer. So we will be at shows at times. And sometimes he'll shorten the song. Sometimes we're doing a vamp version where, you know, I have to like bring a part of a song back because, you know, this is early Serato. This is just the loop. This is not now with the cue, like hella cue points in there.
Wait, so you're DJing for B2K on vinyl?
No, the instant replay. They had
instant replay. Okay,
but the machine for that.
Okay, yeah. But with Raheem DeVaughn, you were on vinyl?
I was on Serato then.
Serato.
I was on Serato.
So were you playing in internal mode?
Yeah, well, internal mode and I would just play the records. I would just.
Oh, you're on vinyl. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you talking about vinyl Serato? Yes. Yeah, I was on Serato. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So doing that, and then with Mac was timing because during that time, that was the first time I was spinning vinyl, but having to like wait for cues. There'd be parts of songs where in the middle of the song he would go a cappella and I would have to wait for a cue and come right back in.
Yeah.
You know, just those things that I feel like timing, like those things to me are like so vital in doing shows and understanding stuff. And I feel like now with shows, I've seen pretty much every single aspect of what could go wrong in a show. So I'm pretty much seasoned in that aspect where, you know, I'm not really worried when certain stuff comes up or happens during shows.
It's crazy you mentioned that thing about Mac Miller because I've heard from Vince Staple to Schoolboy Q to now you that they really learn how to perform through him. That he kind of put them through like this boot camp of, I think Vince Staples was his hype man for a second. And then now everyone.
The internet was his band. You know what I'm saying? The internet was his band for a second. A lot of folks don't even know that. But,
yeah, so that's why when you're saying this shit, I'm like, damn, this motherfucker really like kind of like put a lot of people on the performance cues and kind of like made them understand the importance of the performance.
Yeah, he was definitely a student. He was a student, so he really watched visuals and different stuff of how folks perform and took the best of the folks that he loved and put it in his show. From like down to the intro, like even on you on YouTube, if you look up stuff with me and him doing intros for him, even how he would come out to cues of certain stuff that he would say, it was everything, but it felt fluid. It felt very fluid, and I think that was one of the biggest things that I learned, like that I took and that I keep going. Even in my regular sets of like how I want to present to people, you know.
So like from B2K to Raheem Devon to Mac Miller, and then how did you end up with Wale?
So I was in LA, actually with Mac, and Wale posted his tweet, something about tweeted something about like some food tweet he posted, and I just happened to be out there, so I hit him and I was like, "Yo!"
Like he was in LA too.
Yeah, he was out there, so I hit him, and mind you, me and him, of course, being from the DMV, we already had a rapport relationship.
So you knew of each other?
Yeah, absolutely. Radio times, because he used to come and do my show. I've gotten in trouble playing his records. Like it's.
Why you get in trouble for playing his records?
I was the rebel, so you gotta understand. Like I grew up Jazzy Jeff, Funk Flex, Kid Capri, so you already know. So those three is how I wanted to, get on radio. When I got on air, I wanted to play the new, the hot, and
you want to break
what's
records,
next? I want to break records. You know what I'm saying? So
especially local artists, 100%. Like Wale, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Alizé was one of those people that really, I started seeing him do it with Wale, which is how Wale got his deal, of course. But when I had a chance to get on, I used to do like Sunday nights. So on Sunday night, I used to really try to play as many records as I could that was locally, I felt like could either fit the mold or could grow, you know what I'm saying, nationally. That was my intention. So Wale at the time, there was a lot of stuff going on about him, kind of like, is he from DC, is he from Maryland? So he made this song called I Will Always Love You, where the last verse, he did a verse for both stations. He did a verse for our station, and he did a verse for across the street. And I probably played it 4 times. I'll be honest. I probably played like 4 times when it happened. And during the time, our program director took what he said about one of our on-air talent as a diss, but it wasn't. It was more of a question. She knew about the song and everything, but I ended up getting suspended off that. It was random. It was real random. It was real random. But
so this was before like Chillin' came out with Lady Gaga.
No, this is after.
This is after, right?
Yeah, so this is like a Lucy he just kind of put out locally.
But you would think he would get more support from the radio, right?
100%. But I think
he had that hit single.
I feel like during that time though, they really everyone wanted Wale to be the Wale that they wanted.
What does that mean?
Meaning, if you were from DC, born and bred, you wanted him to stay making those street go-go flip records. If you were, a certain person that liked the woman records, you wanted him to keep making those kind of records, but he had to grow as an artist. And also too, a lot of folks don't know the business. So a lot of times labels are making decisions that looks like Wale are making decisions. So like when Chillin' first came out, it didn't go straight to urban radio. It went to rhythmic and top 40 first. You know what I'm saying? So
because of the Lady Gaga.
Because of the Gaga.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, urban folks that knew him played the record because they liked him, but it wasn't service to those platforms. So what happened is a lot of people felt like he was changing his sound or changing the guard and stuff like that, but that wasn't the case at all. It just was one of those things where, he's on a label. We got to put out singles. We got to sell these albums. It's a different thing. And I feel like sometimes the folks not knowing the business messes up how folks perceive artists.
Yeah, 1,000%. And at that point, Wale was getting a bad rap with the Complex shit.
Yeah.
Like, he was just getting all like he was a hothead.
What was going on with Complex?
It's legendary. So I think Complex did a
but he was kind of a hothead, no?
Nah. I think his passion about how much he loves music and how much he wants to be number one is really what drives him. Like, really, when you get around him, and it's funny because every time when someone meets him and stuff like that, like, oh man, he's so cool and stuff like that. He only, if you notice, he only gets mad about music. You know what I'm saying? If you really pay attention, like, he never really gets mad about music, like nothing but music stuff. And again, it's been years since that happened. So it's just at that time, I felt like it was really a narrative of people trying to just say stuff to kind of get stuff going.
No, I think he's like extremely cool, and I feel like he's actually an extremely like down to earth, humble ass motherfucker.
100%.
I also feel like he's like, I don't think it's bad to be a hothead.
No. But the thing, there's
so many like.
It was definitely a narrative out there.
Yeah,
for
there was
a while.
a narrative.
There was a narrative,
but I feel like there's
for
a
radio
narrative.
for everybody.
I feel like there's a narrative because he continuously would just be like triggered with motherfuckers, right?
Bro, there was a run where it was like really bad timing for Wale. He was like at a wrestling event and he started fighting in the crowd. The Complex shit, which they.
But again, there's stuff that folks don't know about that event. Like even that, like, folk, you gotta understand. Imagine if you with your family, and you at an event and someone comes up and is talking to you. What you gonna do? Like, let's be real. We all men
for sure.
It was around that time. We all men.
Wait, so what's the Complex thing?
So they did a top 50 list or something like that.
Of albums,
and he had a pretty good album that year. And was he on it or he was not on it or he was?
He was on it, but he wasn't as high as he felt like.
Yeah. So he called Complex and he said, "I'm going to show up. You better have the security ready and all this shit."
But mind you, they recorded this.
They recorded
and put it out. It wasn't for consumption or whatever. He literally called and like I said,
that's a little high-headish, but
no. And then like, the beauty of it, a year later to the date, he did something for Complex with Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, with Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah,
on like this dope little piece at like this fucking.
But
cafe.
I mean, he flipped out on us too at one point.
Yeah, he flipped out on us.
Really?
Yeah, but
at Dreamville Fest.
But it's not a big deal. Like I understand his side 100%.
I need to hear this.
No,
because I wasn't there for this.
It was really nothing.
Because that's my guy. I need to hear this.
We're at Dreamville Fest.
Okay.
And
which one is this?
The first one.
Okay.
So he was
second one.
No, it was the first one. 2022.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh shit! Was it the first one?
Yeah, the first one got canceled and got
moved. Yeah.
Okay.
I was there.
2022.
Were you?
I was there.
Okay.
Shit. All right. Well.
So we was out there.
My set is literally, they posted my set, like, because I had to end up doing a longer set because I forgot what happened, but it took him a minute to get to the stage. But
okay, so
because one of Wale's people's pushed us, and I think I think it was you.
I pushed you?
Yeah, like kind of just shoved us off a little bit, like because we
going
was
on
in
stage.
the way. We was in the way.
Nah, I was.
Nah?
No, he was on stage.
Okay.
So
I just made that shit up.
Yeah.
I was like,
I wanted to see if he'd be like,
nah.
oh yeah, I remember
It's
that.
funny because now our story kind of correlates to your story.
okay.
So go ahead, Crooked.
So we were interviewing people.
Okay.
And then we interviewed Boss, right?
Okay.
You remember this better because I don't remember
Okay,
shit.
so we was interviewing people. We were asking them questions.
Okay.
We were interviewing like Rory, like Rory and Maul.
Yeah.
And then we spoke to Boss, and we were just talking to artists and shit like that, and other people.
This the same day, just so I know, this is the same day that Drama got the Grammy joint at that Dreamville Backstage.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay.
I wasn't there.
Okay.
But
so we were in like
we was in the artist section because we even had a trailer and everything.
Okay. Got it.
So we was back there. Our trailer was not far from Wale's. Now that I think about it, so
our trailer was bigger than Wale's.
Yeah, we had that.
Nah. That I know.
Yeah, that shit was
I know.
massive. We laid down and everything. But anyway, we was back there and we have artist passes because we were performing in the DJ stage at a certain point of the weekend. So anyway, we're there and we're asking questions and we just interview Boss, and then Wale just happens to be walking by us. And we're like, oh, we would love to get Wale. And Boss is so cool with Cricket. So he's like, yo, I got you. And so Boss is like, yo, Wale, come do this shit. And Cricket and I think it was Cricket and MoMA were about to go get the interview, and somebody shoved you because
no one shoved me. I don't think
somebody put their hand on your chest, like not right now or something like that. Okay. Management, because he had to get to the stage, and then we posted it. We posted the questions or something like that, and then Cricket goes, "We wanted to get Wale, but he pushed us off."
No, but I did it as I said it as a joke.
Yeah, we was joking. LOL and everything.
I said it like, I said like, yo, Wale curved us. He broke my heart. Like,
yeah.
I probably said some shit.
I got you.
And then he just went off on Twitter like.
He killed his own.
Man.
He's like, see, y'all motherfuckers like making up stories that never existed and blah, 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 blah.
That was a wild day. But also, too, you got to remember.
I think he's like, they were yelling my name on stage. I had to go.
But I understand his side because it's like, yo, everyone always talks shit on Twitter.
Yeah.
So he thinks I'm just one of those people talking shit. So I understood. I was like, kind of like, yo, no, it's all
context though. Definitely just the set time changed, so we had to get there a little sooner than we thought, or than we were told. Let me say that.
Yeah.
And of course, with Cole being one of his best friends, he always wants to come through for Cole.
Yeah.
So that's really what it came down to. But trust me, he's with the asshole jokes. Like that's my guy. Like he's with the asshole jokes.
No, I always like Wale.
Yeah, I like to. Like I was a big fan of all his shit. Gifted, all that good stuff.
I appreciate
that.
Yeah.
Wait, so how did you link up? So you're in LA.
Yeah.
You saw that he's in LA. He was like checking out some food spot in LA.
Yeah, he said something on Twitter, and I just texted him and was like, "Yo, I'm in Cali. What's up? Let me pull up." And during this time, like I said, I'm not really spending.
And then he was like, "God damn, I can't have a time alone in LA. Everyone always
DJ Money's here.
Someone always got to hit me up."
So shout out my man Dan. Dan was with him. Sneaker man Dan was with him. So I pulled up to the stew where they were at. And during this time, like I said, I'm really in my production mode. So I'm just kind of going there on some like, let me just play some beats. Like, yo, like we haven't spoke in a while. I want to pull up and play some beats. So I ended up playing some beats, and I'm one of those producers where I don't make beats every day, but I specifically make beats sometimes for certain people. So I'll have a folder of stuff for certain people. So I had a folder for him, and I'm playing beats. I play like 3 or 4 beats. And mind you, I've sent some of these beats before, but of course, you know how it goes. It happens. So I'm playing some beats, and he stops me on one of the beats, and he tells his engineer to play something, and he had already rapped over the beat. He didn't know, but he didn't know that I did the beat. And he's like, yo, I rapped over this beat already. This is crazy. So me and him from there kind of rebuilt a rapport musically. And
did the song ever come out?
No, the song never came out.
Okay.
But
what year was this? Is this like Lotus Flower Bomb?
No. This is, I really came back around. This is Out My Nothing era. So this is when he's doing the Seinfeld album. We were finishing that.
So after Gifted, right before. So 2014.
Yep, 2014.
Slight Work was kind of going around.
Yep. Shout out to Diplo. Yep, that slight work was going around. What else was on that? That he, A-Track and him did Festivus. So I remember working with him on that in Jersey. So that was really kind of like how me and him kind of reconvened. And during that time,
so he didn't have a DJ at that time.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes and no.
Whose job did you take?
No. First
who did you undercut? DJ Money.
Shout my nigga 5'9". That's my guy. I mean, it was just during the transition for all parties,
right?
Just for a lot of stuff that they was going. And then again, I didn't go there to DJ.
Yeah,
I was really going there to produce and stuff like that. And I was in his house in Jersey. He was living in Jersey at the time. And I remember going there a lot, working on the project. And then one day, Dan's like, "Yo, Wale wants to see you." I was like, "All right, tell him I'll come up tomorrow." I came up there. And he's like being funny. He's like, "Yo, we're going on tour." I was like, "Oh, that's what's up." He was like, "Yeah, you're coming with me on tour. You're welcome." But that's like, but he's like on some funny like, like because he knew I really wasn't in a spinning space. I wasn't really in a space to like spin. Like I had lost a friend of mine, and I really was in my head.
And it's crazy that you went to LA to like just kind of mourn and
kind of get away
together, right? Get everything together, and then you ended up linking up and starting this new era of your life with Wale.
Yeah, it was a whole nother journey. It was a whole nother journey. And then even in that aspect, like me going on tour with them and doing stuff, that was really the first time me going on tour trying to balance radio production and DJing on tour. That was
how did you balance radio? Did you have to like submit mixes or like how does that
I'm not
work?
gonna lie, bro. Another time I got in trouble. I definitely act like I was there and was not there. And then one night we had dead air, and my program director called me and was like,
"Oh my god,
where are you?
How long was it dead air for?"
Oh my god, I gotta call. Shout out Shorty to Prince. I gotta call him. But I want to say around it was like 40 seconds. It was a long time. 40 seconds of radio.
I mean, first things in DJing is a long fucking time.
Yeah, but on radio, 40 seconds feels like forever.
What time is this ad gonna run?
So mind you, I'm gonna tell you what happened. So during this time, again, me wanting to play new music and stuff, the way we were structuring the show at the time, I was sending him the notes. I would do my mix, and I would send him the parts where it's nothing there. So I can't even remember what song it was. I really wish I could. It was a new song that came out. I did the mix on the bus. I sent the mix in, and I sent him the notes of like, yo, you're gonna talk here, because I stopped the song so you could hype up the song. So it was no music or nothing playing.
Yeah.
I just need you to talk during this part. He got sick and didn't tell me. He wasn't even there. So they get the mix and they just play the mix. So when that part comes on, that 30 seconds or 40 seconds that I left open, that's what happened.
So you didn't even know what was going on. You just got a call.
Oh yeah, I got like 5 back-to-back calls of like, where are you at? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And of course I'm like, what do you mean? And so then I just had to just be honest, and I was like,
you know how like every
I'm in
DJ
San Diego.
You're in San Diego. You know
that's so funny. I'm in heaven.
Yes.
Chilling, eating tacos.
You know how like DJs have that dream where like a record is they can't find the next record?
Oh,
you ever
my
had that
God.
dream?
Absolutely.
Like DJs have that dream where like
Serato
a record
face
is
great.
ending and you can't load or you can't think of what to play in the next record, and then the record ends and there's just dead
No
air.
music. Yeah.
And you're still like looking for the song.
Yes.
And then people are like, somehow like manager or girls or some people will come, what's going on? And you're like, wait, just give me a second. And you still can't find the song.
Yeah.
And it seems like 5 minutes is going by.
That's what it felt like.
So that's literally what happened.
And people are just dispersing in the crowd.
that happened in real life for you, except you didn't even know what was going on.
Exactly. And then it's so crazy because
So they didn't fire you.
No, they didn't fire.
They suspended you?
I was way too hot to be
Wait.
get fired. I was way too hot to get fired. But I don't think I did the mix for probably like a month. They was like, yo, you gotta chill. I probably didn't do the mix for like a month. Yeah, but during that time, like I said, that was really my first time balancing all 3.
Do you like radio?
I do, but of course, transparently, after you find out Santa's not real, it always feels different, right? But of course, I
explain that a little bit.
I mean, like I said, I got into the business of that to play new music. Not only just play new music, help people discover.
You just want to break music.
Yeah, not only just break music, but just help folks discover. Because sometimes you could play older songs or different stuff that just folks might not even have knew. You
wanted to create your own platform.
100%.
Right.
Yeah. So
but they wanted you to just do what the fuck they.
I mean, listen, we were a top. We're a top 10 market. I understand. So I always try to create a balance. I try to find a balance, and a lot of my heroes really was doing this. But of course, they had the bandwidth already and the brand to just kind of do what they wanted to do. At that time, I did not. So even when I did have the chance to have the brand and stuff to do that, I wasn't local no more. I was gone.
Yeah.
I was touring. I was doing other stuff. So I would always have to wait to either go home and do a mix show and stuff. Because then when I'm live, they don't care. You know how that goes. Like when I'm live, they never care. They're like, okay, he's here. Ratings are up, we're good. Because you gotta stand during that time, 9 o'clock show, my 9 o'clock show, Sunday show, I probably only was not number 1 probably once or twice in like a 5-6 year span. You know what I'm saying? Consistently. You know what I'm saying? Even when I was doing middays, my midday numbers went up. Our shares went up. So it was definitely something that folks were connecting with me on.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Especially in I call the iPod era, as the kids started to like really listen to stuff, listen to shuffle, and really listen to a lot of different types of music and genres, and discover a lot of different kind of music. And I feel like a lot of times during that time, a lot of people were afraid to blend that old and new a couple different ways, right? You can do open format where you're playing all of, you could play pop and hip hop, or you can do it in the aspect of also of like, yo, you've never heard this person, but he makes just as great music as this person. And that's kind of where I was at.
So when you were on the radio, was there anything like where you couldn't play go-go at all? Because I remember there was a point in the city in DC where they just they were kind of like banning go-go.
Well, they had 2 points. It was a point where they was banning the live shows because they felt like it was too violent. But that's not always the case. That was just, again, a narrative. I felt like they just had that, like, DC couldn't have go-go, so a lot of the shows went to Maryland. Went to, like, Maryland spots. And then go-go has this connotation of, like, of violence and hoods and different stuff like that. So, of course, you know, it's not always a good thing to play, they say, but it's the sound of the city. Even though when rap started becoming prevalent, like with Wale and Fat Trail and Shy Glizzy and Gold Link and all these people are starting to do stuff, Tabby Benet and all these folks, it still was our sound. So what happened was there were times where there were only certain allotted times that was just for go-go. But people felt like there should be more, which they were right about. I felt like. So, but it was never necessarily a ban on playing go on radio.
Like they never said, but like when were they saying like, oh, stop playing? When was this era?
Oh, you talking about? I think you're talking about like the don't mute DC stuff.
Explain it.
That happened like pandemic wise when gentrification started happening. When gentrification started happening in DC, this is more recently. Yeah. So gentrification started.
No, but I'm talking about maybe in the late 2000s to early 2000s.
Oh no. That was just because DC you couldn't do the live shows, so they moved them all to Maryland. So like when the go.
So that was happening at that time.
Yeah, that was happening at that time for sure.
About like the mid to late 2000s.
100%.
The city was like, yo, there's just too much
violence, different stuff like that.
Shit going on with go-go.
Yep.
Because I always think it's interesting, like, even when I would go to San Francisco in the late 2000s.
That was so crazy.
Even when I went to Miami.
Yeah.
Every city was not embracing the sound of their city in the late 2000s. So, like, if I went to the Bay, they were like, the clubs were like, don't play any hyphy.
Really?
Yeah, because they were like,
too much
shit's
violence.
Gonna go off. The club's gonna go off. Don't play. So I was just like, yo, how am I in the Bay and I can't play?
I will say,
I would be in Miami. They'd be like, don't play any reggaeton.
Wow.
They'd be like, we don't want to hear all that hood reggaeton. They used to call it like fucking peasant music or something.
It's crazy because when we're at Supper Club on a Tuesday, they're running back BPT like 4 times. I'm like, everyone's throwing up the gang sign.
Listen.
And then so like when DC, I remember hearing there was this like, yo, we don't play go-go.
So I'll say this. During that time, there were clubs.
Yeah.
There were clubs that wouldn't let you play go-go.
Right.
So a lot of clubs, and I'm not going to say who, but there was clubs and promoters that were like, no go-go. You know what I'm saying? And another reason, like I used to do workarounds when like, I knew the band, so I used to get acapellas. So I used to just play the acapellas of go-go songs and just let the people sing the song. You know what I'm saying? So there were workarounds, but yeah, you're right. Like club-wise, yes, not radio-wise, but club-wise, 100%. There were a lot of clubs that were like, no go-go.
So radio definitely was never affected by it.
No. So you understand, they always been go-go shows forever. There's go-go shows right now. Like it's the sound of the city. Like it's like no matter what happens. Now, of course, like will I say that it's not? Is it as popping as it was during that era? Probably not. But we can't act like it's not the sound of the city still forever. You know.
And then during the pandemic, you're talking about like the gentrification when they were trying to shut down like a record store or something.
Yeah,
right?
so the record store was on the corner and they played go-go out loud, and it's been going on for 25 years. It's been going on since the 80s.
Yeah.
So since the 80s, they've been playing go-go on that corner. They sell tapes, cell phones. You know, it's a good hood store. We need the hood store still. You know what I'm saying? It's a good hood store. So folks started.
I've never heard that term, a good hood store.
No, bro. They shut the ones up. My neighborhood,
you know the good hood stores. Let's not act like we don't know the good hood stores.
Liquor store's gone, man.
I'm gonna go to a bank and
and it hurts you, right? When you go home and you see it not open, you like, dang.
Bro, they fucking made my old liquor store into a fucking Doc Martens store, and I was like, what the fuck happened?
He'll never wear Doc Martens ever now.
Yeah,
a good hood store. You need a good hood.
You need a good hood.
I want to go to a bank and get a loan and be like, what are you opening? I'm like, I'm opening a good hood store.
It's a good hood store. We need a good hood store.
You need a good bodega.
He's like, say less. Sign off. Boom.
Sign off. Boom.
You might get a loan faster. I'm trying to tell you. But yeah, during that time, yeah. So this guy went on TV and said, you know, I live around here. Like this is like they like he pretty much was walking his dog on Howard's campus, which is like not far from that hood store, and pretty much they were like, yeah, I live here now. Like they should move to school on the news.
How are you? I live here now. You got to get the fuck.
They should move to school.
Me and Little Biscuit walk around here freely, bro.
So then after that happened, it turned into a whole thing where we not only are we not gonna not stop the store, but now we're gonna do a live go-go in front of your house. A mobile go-go. We're gonna run down the street, and now you're just gonna have to hear it.
That's just crazy. That happens in LA a lot. When people are being racist against Mexican, like, you know, the ones that sell like the corn or whatever.
The street vendors.
The street vendors.
Yeah.
They'll find the people address and pull up.
There's that one guy that keeps doing that, always does it.
He's arrested.
He got arrested?
He's been arrested for like 8 months now. And he's facing some charges.
Oh,
but anyway.
He disappeared.
Yeah, out of nowhere, right?
Oh, wow.
But anyway, he would like show up with mariachi. He showed up with banda. He would show up in front of the people. So when he felt like he needs to make justice.
Oh, I didn't know he went to jail.
Yeah, he went.
I forgot his name.
I forgot
like Escalante something. It was
no,
like,
that's the
Jaime Escalante.
No, that's the mathematician.
That's what's stand and deliver. Her body's decomposing in my locker. That movie.
Left or right?
Left or right? Right or left? All right, back to go-go.
Back to go-go. Right.
No, I remember that time.
Yeah.
That time in the city, everyone was kind of more unified. Right?
Yeah, they unified the city like with that. Like folks was on the back of trucks, like doing go-go.
Drive-by go-go shows.
Full bands, sound system. Like it wasn't like not mic'd up. Like it was just like you would hear it. Like, so just imagine just like a big 18-wheeler and on the back it's a sound guy and the whole band back there.
I feel like
driving around.
I feel like now more than ever, every city I go to or every city that, you know, I'm seeing on like social media or I'm talking to other friends, other DJs.
Yeah.
Every city's like embracing their sound a lot more nowadays.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think also too. Yes, absolutely. I think also too. I feel like more cities now want to make sure when you come to their city, you know what they're about.
Right, you're experiencing their city
in a high level. Mm-hmm. You know, in a very high level, and I think that's really what it comes down to be honest.
No, I do. You know, I have a question. What if you could? What would you like if you had to list the top 5 go-go records ever? Yeah.
Oh my God.
To rock a party.
The go-tos.
The go-to.
Number 1, Sexy Lady. You know
Sexy Lady.
Trey, UCB.
The absolute number
band.
1?
Listen, I understand there's going to be folks that's going to say other songs.
Yeah.
But for me, it's Sexy Lady because Sexy Lady not only transcends DC. I could play that in Carolina. I could play that in Virginia. I could play that in Tennessee. I could play that in Texas. I could play that in LA.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And people know the melody. They know the record. You know, of course, Overnight Scenario, Rare Essence. The Jay-Z Do It Again one, 3 in the morning at the Pancake House. Mm-hmm.
That's
Sardine.
number 2. That's number 2.
Well, I'm not. Again, outside of that one, I'm not gonna put.
Okay,
no order.
wait. This is in chronological order.
Yeah.
No.
All right,
but this is your top 5 no matter what.
This is 5 that you get.
Okay.
Especially if you never heard Go-Go.
Okay.
Sardines. Junkyard Band.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I'm a big Northeast Groovers fan, so I gotta say Booty Call, Northeast Groovers. Mm-hmm. Reaction Band, Lay It Down, which is a flip of Lloyd, Lay It Down. Because I'm trying to do all eras. Because I don't want to just. Did I put a Backyard Band in there? And I gotta do. I heard It's the Bomb Backyard. Yeah. Okay. So those are the ones. And I know folks still gonna kill me because I left other one. I left out some Chuck Brown. I know. I left out some Chuck because Chuck is the legend.
It's so crazy. The only like go-go I knew of in the 90s and in 2000s in the very beginning was like DJ Kool.
Yeah. I mean, but see, even though he is go-go, don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? He's a party rocker. So yeah, so Let Me Clear My Throat is a legendary song, different stuff like that. But like authentic go-go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a different.
They're not doing the water dances.
Water dance is one for sure, but like I said, you said 5.
I thought you. Yeah, I thought
you said 5. So for my age range, I gotta throw certain records.
I like that he went through every era though. Yeah. He gave us one from every era.
I thought water dance was gonna make it.
No. Nah, I gotta go. Shout to Kool though. Shout to Flex and Kool though.
All right, but what is the biggest cool go-go
Let me
song?
20-minute workout.
20-minute workout. Okay.
Yeah, 20-minute workout for sure.
All right. I thought the water dance would be hitting harder.
Well, water dance is Flex. Is DJ Flex. That's DJ Flex.
But Kool's on there, no?
Kool was on the record because that's his guy. But I'm just saying. But that's Flex's record.
That's Flex.
That's right.
That's Flex's record.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought that was gonna get a mention.
Listen, I had to do every era, or as many eras as I possibly could. I had to do a bounce beat era, crank era. You know what I'm saying? I had to do different eras. So.
Yeah. Nah,
thank you, man. Dope, man. Appreciate that.
Nah, for sure.
It's crazy, like being a DJ. Like we're always seeing the behind the scenes shit that happens.
Absolutely.
You know, from anything from like Big Meech to like, you know, all of this other shit. And it's really crazy. And I was talking to Skills, he was telling me about this story that you were talking to him about Beyonce and Jay-Z and Sean Paul.
Oh God.
No, but like,
yeah,
it basically you were DJing, right?
Well, no. So this is during the time, again, Mark was throwing these block parties on the street. I feel like last time I said this story, the Beehive came at me. But all right, whatever. Mark Barnes.
Don't worry, they come at us all the time.
All right, cool. So Mark, he came and he was throwing these outside parties like on Oakey Street where the club was.
Yeah.
Instead of having them in the club, he was doing them festival style where he would block the street off, and the concert, the back of that street would be the stage,
right?
And everyone would be outside, and do stuff.
Yeah, like a festival block party, right?
Exactly. At this point in time, and I want to say it's around VMA time during this time, Sean Paul and Beyonce had not performed Baby Boy yet together. So what he did was he booked Beyonce separately, and he booked Sean Paul separately, but he had them on the same day. So Sean Paul was going to open, Beyonce's closing, of course. Transition record was going to be Baby Boy, and that's how they was going to start the show. This was his big plan. During this time, I'm spinning at the club, but I'm not like the premier guy yet. So at the time, this is me coming up during the daytime, different stuff like that. Mark, for some reason, asked me to come up there early. I come up there early. Jay-Z's up there. Him and Jay-Z are playing pool. I'm like, oh shit. Fucking Jay. I'm trying to keep my cool. It's, you know, it's fucking greatest rapper ever, whatever. You know what I'm saying, right?
This is Blueprint era. So.
Yeah. This is after Blueprint, because this is Beyonce's out. So the album is out.
Okay.
So this is like
03,
04, something like that. So Beyonce's album's out, the whole thing. They're like, yeah. So he gets on the phone call. He asked me, and Jay kind of like motions like, you want to play? I'm like, yeah. He breaks. He washes me on the pool joint. We're not even gonna talk about that. He washed me. Okay, so we ain't gotta worry about that. During that time, I guess.
Of course, Jay-Z's good at.
Yeah, Paul, that we never knew about.
He washed me. It was really bad. I really should have broke. Like, I would have been all right, but I feel like if I'd have broke, but he washed me. Anyway, so Kelly's there. Beyonce is there. They're all speaking, and I guess during the time they're trying to figure out how they're going to do this. Somewhere along the way, a conversation is had with J and B, and I guess he didn't want this performance to happen
between Sean Paul and Beyonce.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? Allegedly, you know, he didn't want this performance to happen. Somebody didn't want this performance to happen. All right, and so now Mark is trying to figure out how we're going to pivot the situation. Blah 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 blah. After this happens, I see the queen, you know, upset. She's, you know, and she kind of like, you know, is not in her best spirit and space. I feel like maybe crying, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So they're trying to figure out what they're going to do to kind of like get it going. And so they're really trying to like, yo, can we figure this out? Blah, blah, blah. Long story short, it never got figured out. And then they didn't perform it together until the VMAs. So that was like, but to me, just seeing that backstage was like, oh wow, like this is kind of crazy.
So Jay wasn't really feeling Sean Paul being like close to his girl, like
I listen.
While they performing,
I feel it. You know what I'm saying? I feel it.
Were they like close together at one point?
I mean, I feel like
there was
because I feel like the same thing with the video happened too, right? I feel like that's what they said about the video.
There was rumors that they were like seeing each other.
Sean
and Beyonce.
Yeah, there was alleged. You know what I'm saying? But of course,
Sean Paul, not Sean Carter.
Yeah, exactly. Sean Paul, not Sean. Yeah. But like I said, this is like I said again. This is just my bird eyes view of what I saw.
Allegedly. He was in the room
during that time. So yeah, it just didn't happen, unfortunately. And then so Sean did his set. Beyonce still came out and did her set. Boom, great night, whatever. And then I was like, damn, they're never gonna perform that. And then of course the VMA thing happened. And then after that, I think that was the only time I think they really.
Yeah, they really never.
Yeah.
You must have seen so much shit like that though, right?
A lot of stories.
Was there ever a situation where you were like actually like you were like frightened or you were like, holy shit, I'm in some shit right now with an artist or no?
With an artist?
Yeah. Was there like a situation where you really just fucked up?
Not with an artist. I'm not gonna say with an artist. I've had not with an artist. Nah. I've had incidents where I've had issues in the club when stuff has happened, but like it wasn't no artist or nothing like that. Like, you know, so.
What you mean, like someone threw a drink at you or something?
Well, Mike Tyson had this fight in DC.
Jesus, this is old Mike.
Mike Tyson had this fight in DC. So we're having a viewing party at Love. I'm hosting at the time, and this random girl I'm in between the little barricade. This random girl just comes up and starts dancing on me. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I just dance on her, blah, blah, blah. And she just steps off. I keep hosting. Next thing I know, I don't know what made me look over to my you know.
To your left or right?
Yeah, to my right or whatever. I look over, there's this guy just already arm down coming towards to punch me. And I'm like, yo, so we end up wrestling around. And
did he get you?
No, he didn't catch me. No. But
old shoulder roll.
Did he get you?
But we really was wrestling around like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? Next thing you know,
the music's still going though?
Oh no, yeah, the music's still going. Like, security comes up.
Do you remember what the song was?
I don't. I really wish I could. There's sometimes, yeah, I really wish I could. That's like when like fights break out on slow song.
Yeah.
You really like, really? To Aaliyah? This is what we're doing? Like, yeah, that's what I felt like. And I was like, yo, what is going on? So next thing you know, we're tussling, they separate us. Shout out my boy Chris. Chris was the GM there. He comes there. He's like, Money, what are you doing? I said, bro, I don't know what's going on. So next thing you know, he's yelling at the girl like, you're playing with me. I told you, bitch.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, now it all makes sense.
Right.
So they escort him out the club. An hour later, I'm still hosting. Next thing I know, I feel somebody grab the back of my arm. And he tries to walk me out. I turn around, it's the same guy. I said, bro, how'd you get back in this club, bro? Like, yeah, bro, it was that was a wild.
What happened though? Like,
they took him out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, during that time, Love Security did not play. Anytime they saw stuff, like it got handled pretty fastly. It got handled.
Did y'all squash it or it never got squashed?
I don't know him. I still don't know this guy. It was just one of those things where it was just like, yo, what the fuck? Like, you can't get mad at me for that, bro. Like, obviously, I didn't walk up on you, but like I said, you know, people get, you know, nervous about their chicks. God bless them. You know what I'm saying?
He became Floyd Money Mayweather.
Yeah.
Control your girl. Control your girl.
Control your girl. Like, that was crazy though. But yeah, never a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? I pretty much like have pretty good rapport with people, with artists and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially most of the time, we just end up arguing about music regardless. So.
What are you arguing about with music? Like, what?
I mean, it's different stuff, man. Different hot takes, different. What
was the last argument you and Wale got into?
Argument? Probably about wrestling, something stupid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like probably about wrestling. Like, you know what I'm saying? We still watch wrestling, so we probably was talking about like, and it's good right now.
That's really good.
Very good right now. So, but yeah, other than that, it's just about
with what, Jake Paul or some shit?
Well, Jake Paul's, I think
Jake Paul is actually very good.
I think he's really good.
I'm shocked how good he is actually.
Yes. And this last WrestleMania was incredible. I don't know how they're going to top that one, but
it's gonna be rough.
Yeah, it's here.
It's in Vegas. I'm about to say it's gonna be in Vegas. We'll be here. Wale Mania, y'all gotta come.
It was like The Rock and what's his name, right?
It was everybody.
No,
Cena, right?
Yeah. Well, no, there was a moment where it was just like pandemonium for the last 5 to 10 minutes of the whole match.
It felt like everybody from the Attitude Era just came out. Undertaker,
The Rock, John
Cena.
Everybody was popping out.
Wow.
Yeah, it was incredible.
But right now, they're about to go into the Netflix deal. It's about to get nasty.
It's about to get crazy.
Oh, it's going to be on Netflix now.
Yeah.
Every Monday.
A little more uncensored, a little more.
Way more uncensored.
Yeah.
I
feel like they're going to try to find a balance, though, personally.
I don't think so. They're going to go. I mean, the way they're already talking on right now.
You think they're about to go hard?
The PG era, that shit's gone, bro.
Oh, the PG era's done.
Bro,
are they cursing and shit now?
Last night there was a guy, and he was getting, like, seduced by this girl.
Yes.
And then he goes, something, it's not that hard. And then one of them goes,
Yes, it is.
It looks pretty hard.
It looks pretty hard. It looks pretty hard to
And
me.
he's pointing at his dick because the girl was trying to seduce him. So they're already kind of going.
Yeah, they're going for it.
Yeah.
That is true. That is true. But yeah, that's probably like the last thing we you know what I'm saying? We really, like I said, we really don't have like no issues minus like timing and like stuff we want to do. Like our biggest thing is just like for us is to be great. Like, you know, a lot of the big records that I did with him and for him and stuff like that is stuff that we just kind of want to, you know, we just always want to do more records, like big shit.
In the 10 years that you've been working with Wale, is there like a song that's always been his biggest performance song? Or has it changed throughout the 10 years? Because I feel like No Hands is
No Hands is a national anthem. Like we gotta just keep it.
But it's even bigger now.
Yeah, because I feel like the kids, when it came out, they didn't get a chance to enjoy when it was out. Yeah. So now that they get a chance to really see it and enjoy it, it's a different thing.
That's been his finisher, like every show.
Nah, it's not always. We don't always finish it because On Chill is equally as big.
On Chill
for his base. On Chill, Bad, like for his base. But No Hands is just the one that just everyone knows everyone is going up.
I don't know if you can say this, but do you have the playlist for tonight?
No.
You don't have the set list for
I
tonight?
don't have the set list for that.
Do you change it?
Yeah, he changes it. Like just because especially in album mode.
He's in Vegas, so he's gonna be
but he's doing an R&B party tonight.
And shit.
Exactly, it's an R&B party tonight.
So he's doing mostly the girl records.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's certain stuff that we probably wouldn't do, or like up tempo records and stuff that we might not do tonight just because it's an R&B party.
Yeah, but the R&B party you can turn up a little bit.
No, we gonna give him a couple, but at the same time, he has so many of those.
He does
that we really get a chance to like really sit in those records, and we realize too this is a show that we could kind of like specialize, where it's like, you know what, some of these songs he might not ever perform. He might not ever see him perform, but if you come here tonight, he might do.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. He might do the Lloyd record. He might do whatever. He might do.
Yeah, he's so good with that R&B bag when he gets in it.
Nah, he know how to talk to them ladies.
Bro, he
talk to them.
He probably broke out with the first SZA record as a feature.
Oh no, he's always ahead of the curve.
Yeah, he's ahead of it.
Megan Thee Stallion's first major feature. Like we could keep going down the line of just.
I mean, he has such great chemistry with SZA, Jeremiah, and Miguel.
100%.
Where he just crushes with them every fucking time.
Even the record, like our biggest record together is On Chill, like probably, right? So I think even that record, how that record came about and stuff, like he just nails it. Like most of the time when you hear these verses from him, it's really like the first time he gets into.
Oh, so you made the track for On Chill?
No. So I put the song together. So like we had the whole record, A&R the record. So we had the beat for a while. Norvay, shout my man Norvay. He really loved the beat, but at the time we were kind of like perplexed on the hook, and I really reached out to him and Wale and was like, "Yo, I really want y'all to trust me and just trying to like let me figure out this hook. Like, let's get this hook right." So shout out to Eric Bellinger. I called him, and me and him locked in, and that was the hook. Ended up being the hook. You know what I'm saying? So once we figured that out, and of course Jeremiah got on it, did the bridge. Come on, we got a classic. You know
I mean, even with Chris Brown, he has such great chemistry. I think he has the chemistry with a lot of artists.
Yeah,
where he just fits perfect in pockets. I mean, Dice Pineapple with Rick Ross and Drake.
Yeah,
he has probably the best verse. The way we'll
probably never get those three again, but
we probably won't. But I mean, it's a great fucking masterpiece. But
yeah, nah, Dice is incredible. Yeah, that's another one. That's what I'm saying. Like even tonight, of us being able to do those type of records in totality is amazing. You know, because most of the time when we do these, you know, these festivals or art shows, stuff like that, we have to really.
It's 45 minutes of just jam-packed action. Yeah,
exactly.
When you like speak with Wale and you guys are like putting your sets together and you're kind of looking at the industry right now.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel about like where the music industry and like where hip hop is right now, and especially like, I'm just saying this with especially after this whole like Kendrick and Drake shit.
Yeah.
And just like, even when we look at the music and we're DJing clubs and shit.
Right.
You know, like,
first of all, I'm glad tempo is coming back. Let's just start there. I feel like tempo is really about to make a resurgence.
You're seeing the 100 BPM shit with Kendrick, right?
Yeah, that good 97 to like 107 kind of bag where we used to be able to live at for a while before we started going to the 130, 140, 70, 72, all that stuff.
There's just been too many like trap records.
So many, man. And then also too, they're all getting made on the same DAW. So a lot of times the sonics just feel the same to the ear.
Right.
Where, back then everyone was using different stuff. But I mean, I feel like musically wise, diaspora, him being African as well, diaspora music and just that culture and tempo coming back, he's able to experiment more like he did when he first started recording. You know what I'm saying? When he first started putting out music. Now he's always been a risk taker every album, but I definitely feel like we're in a space now where we're excited to like really show people, because he got a lot of records ready to go, and I feel like he's very excited about posting like, different types of sounds in diaspora mixed with hip hop that he loves. And also too, I feel like folks want to hear it. We're at a place now where folks have heard one thing for so long, not just one artist, but just one type of sound, one type of feel, where they're like, okay, we want to feel again. We want to feel different stuff. That's why when Afrobeat came out, it felt so different. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though it wasn't technically super different, it really shined a light of like, it was more positive. It was more like uplifting than a lot of the music that we had been listening to for the past 7-8 years. It
kind of filled the void of what R&B used to.
Yeah,
100%.
1,000%.
Yeah,
100%.
like the melodies came back.
Yep.
Also, just kind of like
percussion.
The percussions, the vulgarity, and also the tempo, like you said, like having R&B records from the night, like 90 BPM to 110.
Those are the party starter records. Those are the records that today, 10 p.m. when the club first opened, and you getting stuff together, like, I feel like, again, back to different club eras, I feel like we are, the last era of being able to spend for 3-4 hours. Where a lot of people now, these sets are 2 hours. They might do 1 hour set, or might do a 90-minute set or 2 hour set during a 4 or 5 hour party. Where I remember when I first started, like, I was just playing 10 to 2, 9 to 2. Like, it was just me. And I had to figure it out. And I was one of those snobs of like, I'm not gonna play a record twice. I refuse to play a record twice. I was one of those people, like, you know what I'm saying, for a long time. So I just feel like now we're just at a place now where we have to have that music that uplifts and brings different stuff. And not only with diaspora music, but just hip hop in general is starting to feel different. Folks want to hear stuff. Anytime 42 Doug is online saying like, yeah, production music just not hitting the same. Like, there has to be a reset. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we just kind of got a little one. You know what I'm saying? Not too long ago with this beef one, but also too, with Afro beats and with resurgence of tempo. I feel like it's definitely a different energy right now.
Yeah, I think it's definitely like needed.
Yeah,
and I think it's interesting because LA hasn't had a movement in a while.
Listen,
over 10 years now.
But I say, like I said, it feels like the Playhouse era right now.
So an LA movement right now is, kind of it's like perfect timing for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. I'm just kind of wondering how you guys would speak about what's going on.
Yeah, I think he's always been in his own field.
Yeah,
I think that one of the biggest things for him is making sure that the stuff that he loves also makes sense that the folks will love it. I think that's always been his balance, which is why not only do the girl records work, but like when he does these certain off the wall samples and different stuff like that. I feel like if you go back to his records, he's one of the few artists I feel like, especially from the blog era, if you really go back to his albums, they age well because he didn't make music from a space of what's going on right now.
Yeah.
I'm making music from a space of where I'm at right now and the music that I love. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's one of the few folks I tell all the time, like, we talk Mike Jack documentaries and Quincy Jones and different stuff. Like, we want to be great. Like, we want to make stuff that is great and make sure that people feel that when they listen to the music.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy because one of his biggest songs for me, it's Love Hate.
Yeah, Love Hate thing.
And I'm it sounds like a Marvin Gaye record. I'm glad he never got hit with no shit.
100%.
Yeah, but it sounds like you can feel the beat. You can feel the music on that one. And I feel like that's a lot of his music. Yeah.
Exactly. Like and that's what it, and I feel like that's where it comes from. Like, and even that feels like home. That feels like DC. That gives the DC feel.
Feels like summertime. It feels like sunset. Yeah, it feels great.
100%.
Are you ready for tonight?
I'm excited. I'm excited for it. I always love these vibes. There's gonna be a lot of women. A lot of great stuff going on. So
Wale does bring the women out.
Yeah.
Wale does.
So you're doing Dre's tonight, and then you're gonna do
Hakkasan
tomorrow. But Hakkasan is gonna be straight club shit. Or
no. R&B as well. We're starting
another one.
Sadiq out here.
Sadiq's out here.
Yeah, Sadiq. This is the grand opening tomorrow night, which is why we're
Wait. So you're hanging out on Wednesday, or
I'm DJing. It's me and Fran.
So you've done Sadiq in LA?
Yeah,
at High Level?
At least once a month. 100%. It's me and Night Train.
Night Train's amazing.
Yeah, it's my guy. So let me ask y'all something. So being in Vegas, what's the hardest room that you feel like pre all this new era of like rap and R&B? Because I was here when I've been here and partied here, where the only time I would hear some rap is at a pool party. You know what I'm saying? Like rehab or something, like during that time. So like, what do you feel like is like the hardest place to play during that time? Like big,
more of a you question there, buddy.
No, I mean, I feel like hip hop's always been present.
Right.
I think in certain rooms and certain nights they're gonna push EDM more, or they're gonna push house more.
Right.
Which is understood.
Of course.
And then there's certain events where they just play nothing but Afro house and stuff. So it's like but on an open format night, there's always been hip hop.
Got you.
I think there was like a bad time in Vegas when there was this Rick Ross incident after like Hayes. The club right now is called Jules, but it was called Hayes. Right. But after that, there was like some big fucking gun fight explosion, like a taxi cab blew up in the middle of like Flamingo.
What?
And then I think for like 2 years you couldn't like announce hip hop acts in Vegas.
And that might have been when I, you know what I'm saying, because I really felt like when I was coming out here, I had to like search for it. Outside of
they
like
didn't.
doing
I remember I would do parties and they would just be like, "Yo, Mobb Deep's performing, but you can't say nothing," or "This person's performing, we can't say nothing," because the city would shut it down.
Copy. Okay.
And then probably like when One Oak was open, then all of a sudden it started opening back up.
Right.
Like you had shows with Ty Dolla $ign, Tiger was coming out, YG. They were actually like having shows with YG. OT Genesis was come out.
Yeah.
So like that era, I don't know, 2000.
That has to be 14,
15, it started changing
so
a little bit.
Really the era for LA, for like the West Coast in general, huh?
Yeah, because that mustard.
That 2014 to 2016.
Yeah, that kind of like shifted back to hip hop for the most part, because everything was.
Yeah, because that's when the actual term open format became a standard.
Right.
Because before it was like a mashup era, then it went into EDM.
Yeah.
And then EDM clubs were like, oh shit, like
we got to play some hip hop.
We got to play some hip hop, because even the EDM, like Tiesto, you heard Tiesto and Calvin Harris playing hip hop house remixes.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but what was like the big song that everyone had to play? And it's like you didn't play that. It was crazy.
I mean, it depends what year.
Because I remember I was hearing house. It may have been Fetty Wap, where they were making house remixes of Fetty Wap.
I can see that.
And then we were like
my way and
but it was like you could tell these EDM DJs were trying to keep the room. And they're trying to keep their residencies and their jobs.
Got you.
Because they're making these like house remixes where the house song would go down and then you'd hear, "Baby, won't you come my way, wait." It would build up. You know, everyone would sing it for a while. And then we would be there like, "Oh, these motherfuckers got to play hip hop."
That happened the same thing when Latin came about in like 2017, 2018.
100%.
It's like there was like Mi Gente up tempo versions by Tiesto. I was like, all right.
I mean, it's like,
Suave
Mente the Spanish swag surfing?
It has to be. It has to be. It's the blow the whistle. It's it has to be. That's the one that kind of, a lot of Latin people don't like it. I love it.
Really?
But I love it.
But I guess it makes sense.
It's a fun record. It's a danceable record.
I've never seen anyone in person in real life get upset when Suavemente gets played?
I don't know. Everyone talks about it.
It might be on some Twitter shit, or you're saying
Twitter.
in real life someone says stop playing this shit.
Someone told me like, yo, why are you gonna play Suavemente? I was like, what? And then I remember I spoke to Dana Lou from New York. She's like, dude, they'll never play that record. I'm like, really? I'm like, dog, that fucking record is nice. I'm like, I don't know.
And it's like the
maybe it's
identifiable. It's very identifiable. I don't understand why people hate identifiable.
It kind of unites the room for sure. But the thing is, like,
Facts.
That's the one record where I see white people trying to dance salsa and merengue. And
What do you mean, everybody?
and
See,
black people,
everyone's
black
gonna do
folks.
the-
That's the one.
the hip
That's
move.
the one record that
that
everybody does.
that record in Danza Kudura. You'll
Yeah.
see
Oh
everybody.
yeah, Don's yeah.
I,
Trap karaoke. We always play that. The trap karaoke.
yeah. Wait. Trap karaoke is what is that?
Trap karaoke. We do like a national. We do like a tour. Myself, Mouse Jones, where we go. Like I don't know, 2,000 cap rooms.
Yeah, it's huge, right?
Yeah.
Like how many attend like one of your events?
Oh,
you do
yeah.
like national tours,
Yeah,
right?
we do that too. We do. I'm in Dallas on Saturday. I do that as well.
Crazy.
Yeah.
When did you guys start that?
That started 8 years ago. I've been with them for 6.
Wow,
I've been with them for 6.
that's nuts.
Trapper karaoke.
Yeah.
Trap karaoke. So like, wait, what's the concept? Because I've definitely seen some recap videos on Instagram.
So Trap Karaoke is very like user friendly. Like we really want you to be the star. Like pretty much, you know, you got to come and experience it because it's really a show. But I mean, in the essence of it, it's karaoke. But it's not just trap; it's all genres of music. But if you come there, we really want you to come on stage and feel what it feels like to perform. Like, but because it's not just like, you know, you do regular karaoke, it's 5-6 people and they hype you up. When you do it with us, it's 2,000 people. It's 1,500 people.
So how many motherfuckers are on stage?
Oh nah, it's probably just, if y'all two just come and do a song, it's just y'all two.
Wait, so is the DJ playing the song?
I'm playing.
Yeah.
I'm playing this stuff.
But so like the crowd just following the DJ?
No. So that's why I say you got to. It's one of those experiences, bro. You really got
break
to
it down. Like the crowd is requesting these songs?
Yes. So we have a QR code when you get there, where you can kind of like request what you want to do, how you get on stage. Then it generates who's going to come up there, and then we have rounds. And through the rounds, folks come on stage, and let's say.
But it's you're DJing it like a continuous party?
Yes.
Okay.
So you never stop the music. Like, here we go. We got Becky doing Suavemente.
Well, no, we have that, and that's why I said like we actually have segments as well. We actually do like that's what I'm saying. It's a whole show. Like we break down stuff. We really made it into a whole show. Like and it's one of those things. Every time when I bring someone for the first time, they're like, "Yo, y'all are really like doing like," and it's funny because it's very Vegas style, to be honest, because it's a lot of elements to it. We definitely involve everyone, and it's one of those things where you really gotta, once you come there, you feel at home, like, you know, you with your family, you with your cousins, like that's what it feels like, you know. So it's one of those things. Next time we here, I would love for y'all to pull up, because I mean, it's one of those things where I feel like you got to see it more than I can explain it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, because I don't want to give away also too much of the sauce. So when you see it, it almost feels fresh and new for you as well. But yeah.
So what's the biggest song at Trap Karaoke?
It depends location, because we try to localize everywhere we at.
Yeah.
So if we're in Dallas, you know what I'm saying, we really want to do some Dallas records. We in Miami, we really want to do some like.
I saw in Dallas.
T-Pain, it's a freak, like old school T-Pain. Like we really want to do some like localized stuff to make you feel like, yo, this is how I grew up. This is where I'm from. This is me. Wherever we are, whether it's St. Louis, Tennessee, Dallas this weekend, like, you know what I'm saying, you can go to trapkaraoke.com and you'll see all the dates. But it's one of those things that we really curate the show for where we are.
So I got a question. Would you ever hear a request for Beauty by Dru Hill?
At Trap Karaoke? Yeah.
So.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, Crooked. Go ahead.
Are you going to perform Beauty when you go out there?
No. I have a question about that song.
Okay, let's go.
Because I think Artistic. Shout out to Artistic. By
It is
Artistic.
Yeah, of course.
And yeah. So me and have this conversation sometimes about Dru Hill, Beauty.
Okay, Baltimore, Maryland natives.
Yeah. I've never heard that song. Like,
okay.
Me and Cypher Sounds, like we were even talking, even Never, like, you know, rest in peace, God bless his soul. Like we would talk about, yo, we don't even know what the fuck this song Beauty is.
Really?
Yeah.
In New York?
In New York.
I'm trying to think. Y'all probably play like In My Bed remix or.
I mean, we played all the Dru Hills.
But you just saying in general.
But I'm saying for some reason, Beauty never made it to the radio waves, or I don't know, like
really?
It never was there. It was.
So now next time I'm up there, I'm gonna just play Beauty just to see what happens.
Yeah, but I'm just confused as to like why it is.
Dru Hill Beauty.
I don't know.
Is that across the board? Like in Dallas, if someone requested?
No, but I was wondering if it was only pushed on certain radios in certain sectors.
Well,
of the
I'm gonna be honest.
US, you know
I'm gonna be completely honest.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could say that was a full-fledged like. I gotta go back, but I don't know if that was like a full-fledged single. I feel like These Are the Times was a single.
Yeah.
I feel like How Deep Is Your Love was a single.
Yes.
But
there is a beauty. I think there is a Beauty video.
Yeah, but I think it was one of those like let's keep the album going kind of videos. And also
it was maybe like the 5th single on the album.
Yeah, and also too it also was in The Best Man movie. So they might have did a video just because it got synced.
See, I saw The Best Man movie. That's one of my favorite movies. When the fuck did they play that song?
When he's reading the book and he's like reading the book in his head about his wife and his best friend in the bathroom. That's Beauty, and and it's a remix version. That's what probably fucks you up.
Oh,
but it's Beauty. That's the song.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, go back and watch it. You'll see.
Yeah. I will go back because I love that fucking movie.
Yeah,
I thought the writing in that movie is insane.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Especially when they playing cards and they talking about new pussy and shit.
Oh man, that was good.
That fucking conversation was insane.
Great scene.
That's elite writing for you.
That's some of the best writing.
I know what you mean though, because it's so free flowing and it's so like.
But it's how like real motherfuckers would talk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, go back and
that was Terrence Howard at his best.
Nah, that era of Terrence Howard
was crazy.
He was crazy. He was crazy during.
He was like, "Fuck y'all."
Yeah.
Fuck y'all, because ain't nothing better than pussy than new pussy.
Yeah, ain't nothing better than. Ain't no better.
Well, you got a point there. You got a point there.
But yeah, go back and you'll see like that's literally the song there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I think they might have made the video for that.
You know what? Beauty was a single. It was a third one.
It was a third single?
Yeah. And it came out.
Oh, Into the Drew?
I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Into the Drew album.
First one was How Deep Is Your Love.
Yeah, How Deep Is Your Love was single.
And the second one was These Are the Times. Then Beauty, and then You're My Everything fourth.
The remix or the regular?
Regular is regular.
I know that I remember the remix video because I always hated that video.
The thing is, I can't talk to like people from the DMV about Beauty because they
absolutely not
because they've
it's a classic.
The DMV. And they're like, how could you not know that song? I'm like, you're some DMV motherfuckers.
Yeah,
of course, that's gonna be on the radio with Dru Hill.
Yeah,
fucking
Dru Hill was going crazy.
DMV radio.
Yeah, 100%.
like of course. My question is, why wasn't that in regular rotation in New York?
I don't know.
And were they pushing it in the South or on like in the LA or on the coast?
But I feel like during that time, New York has always been one of those. Y'all always had y'all own local ballot during that time.
Nah, but if it's across the board, it's across the board.
I guess
Dru Hill was huge though.
Yeah, Dru Hill was not. I mean, fuck.
I don't know why Beauty wasn't on.
But it also could be generational.
It could be
where there's a younger generation that listened to that album over and over and again.
Yeah,
and that generation loved Beauty.
Nah, that's
whereas like you know, there's certain songs on Mary J. Blige's My Life album.
Yeah,
that I know like that weren't singles or anything, and I'd be like, yo, that was the shit.
Yeah, and
so
I get it. And I'm not,
I'm
not mad at you for not necessarily knowing that record, but I am upset that I can't believe that New York radio wasn't really playing.
I just want to get to the bottom of what was the reasoning of why it wasn't like it wasn't omnipresent. But the only thing I can think of is generational because I wasn't listening to a Dru Hill album. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
At that time,
that was a great album, though.
It was.
It was a great album.
I wasn't going to listen to that album. Like,
okay,
you know
I understand.
What I'm saying? Like,
so let me ask you this: during that era, what R&B were you listening to?
I mean, I got to look at that.
That's Share My World.
That's 98.
That's Share My World. When did Share My World come out, Mary J? What was that? 99?
No.
When did Share My World come out?
That's way before that, I believe.
Share My World is 97.
Okay, if we want to be, this is like Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Okay.
Now we're talking.
Now look, so there you go.
Yeah.
Come on.
Maxwell Embria, right? I was listening to that. I was listening to Lauryn Hill. Fam, the double disc of R. Kelly R.
Yeah, you know.
But that's what I'm saying.
I was listening to that.
Listen. New York was probably not allegedly. I'm crying. Listen,
Tamia was out. Come on, bro.
Hold on. But listen,
Maya was out.
But listen, Lauryn Hill was probably going so crazy in New York, dog. Like, when are they going to play Beauty?
Fam, if you look at this album Total, I was listening.
That was 98.
Yeah, 98.
that was the Blue album, right? Fam,
112.
Of course. That's what I'm saying. See all these New York
Destiny's Child.
That boy is mine. Come on.
But this is what I'm saying. Like,
it's gonna be tough for them to break into.
Exactly.
Less Nubians. Like all of this shit.
But listen to what. But
look at the caliber you're mentioning.
Look at this Maya.
Yeah, and look at the caliber.
That's DMV though. By the way.
That's the caliber that you're comparing that one song to.
By the way, shout out to Maya.
Yeah.
That's Fear of Flying, right?
But this is it. Is that New York radio was just stuck with all these. They had just so much.
But that's what I'm saying.
So maybe that's why I never cracked with
exactly.
You guys. Or LA.
Exactly. Because y'all also was playing Lauryn Hill records that other folks weren't playing, especially probably during that time. So if y'all had a choice between that and Beauty, what y'all gonna play?
But I remember. I forget what radio station, but they were playing the fucking Unplugged album on the radio.
That's what I'm saying. Who the fuck was doing that?
Yeah.
I mean, fam, like Davina at that time was so big.
When did that In Essence song come out?
Which one?
You'll never find. When did that? That was around that time, right?
Which one? Oh, NF. Yeah. You'll never find another love.
That was around that time, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
So. Yeah.
You're not gonna play Beauty before that.
But it's just, I'm just perplexed.
Why it never broke on y'all side?
Well, why it's so huge for certain people,
for
certain cities and certain demographics, but not in like.
I never knew this was a battle. I'm about to tweet. I'm gonna tweet this tonight because I feel like Beauty. I ain't gonna lie until right now. I really thought Beauty was.
It peaked at 79 and it lasted on charts for 12 weeks.
But I really thought, I don't know, because that album was so huge. I just always thought that.
When did the Thong Song came out though? Right, like year after that.
I mean, but that was like a TRL hit.
Yeah, that was.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
that was a hit though. That was like a rocket ship.
Yeah.
That can definitely overshadow Beauty.
That was definitely
that's what I'm saying.
No, but that wasn't even the time of Beauty. That was like way after.
That was like 01, 02, right?
Yeah, that was way after.
That, right?
That was years after. That was when Cisco went solo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always wondered, but it could be. I feel like there's a bunch of elements involved.
Yeah. But that's funny that you say that though. That is funny though, because I always, until you said it right now.
Yeah.
If I'd have bet money Vegas style, I'd have been like, oh yeah, everyone knows Beauty.
Hey, can you drop it tomorrow and then take a video and show us the reaction?
I will.
Okay.
In Vegas?
In Vegas tomorrow. Let's see how it's Sadiq.
I'll tell you what, if I get to a slow set, because me and Fran going back and forth, if I get to a slow set, I will definitely play Beauty.
It's the same conversation I had with motherfuckers in LA, and they talk about the Pharrell album.
The first one.
No, the first one.
In my mind.
And they talk about how that song,
That Girl
with Snoop was such a hit. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about.
Let me ask you a question. Which version do y'all play?
I don't even know.
There's only one version.
Two versions.
I just learned about that song like 2 years ago.
What's the?
It's a live band version.
No.
With the Yes Sirs. I'm telling you. It's a live band version with the Yes Sirs.
Yeah.
And then the regular version.
But
the video version.
So you were playing that. You were playing that on the radio.
What, That Girl?
Yeah.
Yes.
I would have never. I thought I wouldn't. I don't think I would have ever heard that.
But you gotta remember, we're in the DMV too, so that's V8.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Pharrell is a very.
I'm telling you,
thing. Pharrell's a big thing for us, and also too, you guys saying that bouncy kind of sound is huge for us as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We throw Pharrell parties.
But that's another record that I was like they go crazy for on Twitter, and they're talking. I'm like, I've never heard this shit in my life.
Yo, a record I play in Cali that works. What's that? What's Signs? The Snoop song Signs?
Yeah.
So
with Charlie Wilson.
Yes. So that's a record that's West Coast that never works.
That's a hit in New York.
But really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That was getting run in New York.
That's what I'm asking, because I was like,
that was getting run in New York, and it was big in Vegas.
And I believe Vegas.
Yeah.
But New York, I wouldn't believe that.
No. One record that I was really surprised it was everywhere was Sexual Seduction by Snoop.
Oh, no.
Come on, that's a monster.
And I was like, really? I'm like, fuck.
Both versions, but Clean and Dirty.
But That Girl was a hit in LA.
Yeah, massive.
So this is the
massive.
That was a big.
So like LA DJs, DMV DJs are like, what the fuck you talking about? That Girl's a hit. And then there's this like New York kid, which I am, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
That's so crazy to me.
And then when I talk to like these DJs about, you know, Pharrell's album, in my mind, to me, it's like,
wait, where
the mixtape too is incredible too.
No, but it's kind of a flop. From a New York
the album, yes,
yeah,
but not the song.
Not this.
Yeah,
I mean,
but like
a couple songs
for us in New York, that shit was a flop. Like,
you know what's crazy? That album is one of those albums, one of those 808 and heartbreak albums where the impact felt better.
No. 808 and Heartbreaks is way bigger to me.
No,
that wasn't a flop.
No, but that was not
during the time.
Accepted. That shit was not accepted
During
the way
the
you
time.
think. That shit was
nobody
nuts.
was listening,
especially when he came out with the first one.
Like that was so, fam. We were playing everything off of that record.
What?
Yeah. Nah.
What were you playing in the clubs off of that record?
Paranoid.
I knew you were gonna say Paranoid.
We were
Paranoid
playing
and Heartless.
Heartless. We were playing so many records.
The original, like regular versions, or
yes,
remixes?
all of
So
that.
you telling me as soon as it came out, y'all was bumping?
Even
That's
wow,
crazy.
that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
Because we
what was
definitely
the first single?
Heartless.
No.
Love Lockdown. Love Lockdown.
That,
Love Lockdown.
That was hitting the clubs.
No way.
No, I ain't gonna lie. That one we played, but it just didn't go crazy, which is why everything kind of. Now when you start.
Now Heartless
went.
That was hard. That was hitting in the clubs. Like that was prime time club shit.
You know what else I think
like,
about?
Now if you play Paranoid, a little bit early in the night.
Yeah.
But it's still some sexy shit.
That and Amazing. You could probably play a little early in the night.
But that's some like those are those Beyonce Jay-Z records we would play early on, like Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
Because like no one knows what the fuck Hollywood is.
No, yeah.
But they just like hearing her voice.
But like
anything Beyonce.
11 o'clock, 11:15, 11:30, you play Hollywood in New York. Everyone's like, "Oh shit, it's my shit." Like,
yo, can I ask you since you're right here, and we don't have to keep this. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What one record do you miss playing that you felt like got everything together? That was like the record. Like I don't know if y'all drink or whatever, but that was like the record that's like, okay, all right, the party, we moving. Give me the one record. I know mine.
Yeah. Let me hear yours, and then let me understand what you're asking.
Take You Home, R. Kelly, Jay-Z, Body.
Oh my God, I know what you're talking about.
From the jump.
Can I tell you something though? People don't understand how hard Body hits when you drop it on the one.
No, I'm telling you.
And then you would double it up.
Oh my God.
It was like flip side. It was like freeway flip side.
Facts.
But it was the R&B version.
That's crazy.
But it was something about that song that just had everybody dancing.
No, it was that, and it was the one with Keith Murray, Homecoming.
Oh yeah.
No, Home Alone. What was that shit? Home Alone.
It's gonna be a party, y'all. Keith Murray rocks.
Oh my God.
Off the drop.
Cricket. Watch the video back.
I'm telling you right now, there was a point in nightlife. Those two records got the party started. When you played Keith Murray, Home Alone with R. Kelly, and then when you played R. Kelly and Jay Body, that's when everyone was like, yo, it's time to fucking get it started.
It was something about that record. I always tell people, like, I don't know what they put in that song that triggers, like, let's go to the dance floor. But it's so many nights where it's like I see women are like, all right, and men too are being like, all right, yeah, we're good here, and I would play that and immediately fuck the bar, everything. I'm back on the dance floor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? And I always miss playing that record. It's so funny.
That whole Best of Both Worlds album.
Oh, I love those albums. Bro.
Shake your body.
Yo, he really ruined so much. I know we can't talk about this, but whatever.
Nah,
he ruined so much.
Man.
God damn.
You know what was
even dropping Snake at 3:00? We in the hotel party.
Oh, toing.
Bro, I played Hotel Cassidy not so long ago.
Man.
Bro,
Yo.
it just blew up. It's like his whole chorus is being sung.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, dog.
Are we at that? Are we there yet? When he gets out, can we?
I don't think he's coming out, buddy.
I mean, you know what I mean.
I think when he dies.
I think that's the get back.
When he dies.
I tell you a hotel. I tell you a hotel story, right?
Hold on.
My boy Malcolm, and he's my guy, and I know he did it on some funny stuff, but we were transitioning at Rose Bar one time, and the last record he played was Hotel Cassidy. So while I'm transitioning, and that comes on, everyone just looks at me, and I just look at him like, really? Like this the transition record we gonna do? And this girl who spins that I know comes and tries to put the crossfader down. Like, yo, you know we're not. I'm like this. Like, come on, like, just please, just give me 2 seconds. Like,
I'll get out of this.
Yes, like, just
let me. I know. I'm in your team, but we got to move.
Please, just give me 2. We're already transitioning. Let's not make it more awkward than it already is.
How was the crowd?
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. They all looked back at the booth.
Wow.
Like, but he was doing it on some funny shit. Like, he was being funny, but it was.
So everyone thought it was you.
Of course. And I'm like, why would I start my set like this? Why would this be the song that I'm like, all right, guys, let's go.
We're going there.
Nah, this is.
So what'd you play after it?
I don't remember. I know I had it. Whatever it was like whatever the biggest street record was, just so I could just get everyone to forget.
The day R. Kelly dies, and I'm not wishing him death.
Of course, I understand what you're saying.
But I can't wait to hear Crooked's melody set of R. Kelly records.
You're gonna go crazy. You know, but yo, real talk though, like that. There's 2 things I always tell people, well, 3 really. Nightlife changed a couple of ways, right? Those records like that we can't play no more, that really kind of got the party starter records, as we call them.
Yeah.
Those, we missed those records. Like that middle section of records, those records that you didn't mind playing, but it was big enough that everybody knew them, but they weren't big enough to be like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock records. Mm-hmm. We don't have those records no more.
Yeah, but it's
either a record that's like a massive hit or used to be a massive hit. You know what I'm saying? Like as big as the box is, right? The box is not a record that at 11 o'clock I'm gonna play.
I know you're saying you don't have any like early night bangers.
Yeah,
like anymore.
We don't have those no more.
You have like Hot Girl Summer though. Hot Girl Summer is like an early band.
Yeah, but that's but
that's at a 103.
Exactly.
Like,
where am I going after?
And it's kind of going fast.
And I'll say this outside of like the West Coast stuff, because sometimes, of course, you know, Eric Bellinger, different people, it's different songs that you can kind of go into. But I always felt like no matter where I was at in that bag, of course, and I'm not mentioning reggae, because of course you can always go reggae, whatever, right? But I'm just talking about just R&B, hip hop. There's not a lot of those records anymore. Those Tinashe 2-on-1s. I mean, those. There's not a lot of those.
I mean, you got like Chris Brown Go Crazy, right?
That was a hit.
I think 2020 is the last year of like club R&B.
Okay.
I think after 2020, it just went away. But 2020 was amazing. You had that.
You think that's tempo?
You had Usher and LMA.
Okay,
that was amazing. That was such a great year for R&B.
Yo, I just want to say that record does not get enough respect.
Yeah.
That Usher LMA record.
No,
does not
that was amazing.
Respect.
My boy Boogie Blind made this like Harlem version. Like it was fucking dope.
That's fire.
With the Black Rob drums.
Which one? Ready?
Yeah. But like that was the last year, right? You had her with YG, right?
Slide.
Yeah, Slide. She needed that record, and that was amazing.
Yeah. And then you had like a ton of other R&B records. That was Danny Lay also was out. She was kind of dropping some shit. You had Snow Allegra.
Oh yeah.
You had Snow Allegra with all these remixes.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the last real dope year of R&B of 2020.
Especially with that tempo.
And that's you even with like even the year after that. I mean, that's kind of where Blast was just like killing shit too, right?
Blast was going crazy.
And then the year after, like maybe you had some like Chris Brown, The Baddest, right?
That wasn't his record. That's Young Blue, right?
Yeah, Young Blue. But
Young
it's
Blue record.
And
that's still not even that. That's 89. That's not even like up that tempo. Like,
but after 2020, 2021.
Yeah, you might be right.
There's no more R&B. Then Afrobeats just took over.
Yeah.
Afrobeats. Yeah, Amapiano just became like that's like literally the R&B set right now.
Yeah,
in the early part of the night.
Yeah,
when you're hitting motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's my only thing. I do miss those type of records. I had to ask y'all. I was like, man, because
you're absolutely right.
Every time when I pass that record, I go, oh my god,
I would get excited playing Body. It was just like
that's what I'm saying. From the scratch, from the drop. It's unfortunate.
Carry doubles of that shit.
Jesus.
No, like we did. It was just like Rhino.
Nah, it's a fact.
I
didn't carry doubles of a lot. I'm like, I need doubles of Body.
Nah, facts.
I need doubles of that and Freeway Flip Side.
Yeah.
What We Do, some of these other joints. I mean, if R. Kelly dies and we get the green light to start playing R. Kelly, can you imagine the R&B parties?
That's what I'm saying.
And what, like, hearing A Woman's Fed Up, like on a big, when the drums come in, like on A Woman's Fed Up, on like in a fucking club, it will go fucking bonkers. Like Half on a Baby.
Come on.
There's so many fucking joints. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a lot of.
He even had that reggaeton, Wisin Yandel.
Oh yeah,
he had that joint.
He did go crazy.
That boy had that
Fam,
joint.
you know what's the joint too? I'm a flirt.
I'm
a flirt.
that's what I'm saying.
Let's talk about that.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I do sometimes just go straight to T-Pain's verse.
On a flirt, I'm a flirt,
and get out of it. When I got sometimes it depends on where I'm at. Like party gotta be hot, but I do that and I get out of it right before it happens because everyone's going to see. Is he gonna? Nah, I'm out of it. I'm gone.
My boy always says like older black people don't care about R. Kelly. They'll listen to R. Kelly no matter what.
No, listen.
They don't give a fuck.
If you're doing like I was at a Q party, like an old Q party. I wasn't even playing it.
Yeah.
My man was playing and I said he started playing like he did R. Kelly set. Right. I show you the video. I'm gonna show you the video. I got the video because I'm making the face like, yo. And he said, you know what this is called? I said, what? Freedom.
Yo.
I'll never forget it. That was so good. Oh man, God. So good.
Yo,
on that note,
freedom.
Yo,
freedom. That was good.
Money, man.
My God,
it's dope kicking it with you and just chopping it up.
Thank you for coming through, brother.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to come out tonight if I can.
Yeah.
Sorry about those 2 Ubers with no AC and.
It's all good, man. Listen, man, y'all got a different level of heat out here. I just want to say that.
It's that dry oven heat, right?
Humidity in DC is crazy.
Yeah,
but triple digits. Y'all gotta.
But the East Coast humidity is like
that shit's violent, bro.
I'd rather have this heat than the East humidity? Coast humidity.
Yeah, because that shit stick to your body.
Because you gotta like.
But I feel like it never dies out here. It's like at night. Nigga, I was out at.
Oh, right now we're going through a heat wave. Right now we're going through a heat wave.
I was like, geez, this is like this.
No, this is the hottest. This is like record breaking.
Yeah,
this is the hottest Vegas.
120 degrees just hit the other day
in like 40 years or some shit. Yeah, this is like the hottest
history of Vegas.
In history of Vegas.
That's crazy.
But yeah, East Coast where you got to change your shirt every like 3 times a day. I don't miss that shit.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Yeah, especially when I had to go take the train and shit and
staying
on the platform and all that. Fuck
that's
that.
A different joint.
Anyway,
God bless y'all.
God bless you.
I'll stay in Los Angeles.
Yo, Money, man, kill it tonight, kill it tomorrow night.
Appreciate
Hopefully
you, man.
See you again, man.
Nah, for sure. Let's definitely do it when I come up here next time. Because like I said, I'm really in a space of just like I want to put out. I feel like I haven't really spoke on a lot of stuff. I just been working nonstop, and me and Skills, even when we talked about it. And Spencer too, about y'all, and just like shout
out to Spencer, man.
Shout out to Spencer Tracy. Like me and him been doing stuff for years too. Like
how's Spencer doing? He's good.
Oh, he's great. Miami, he's going crazy down there.
The real Mike Lowry.
Real Mike Lowry. The real Mike Lowry.
I don't want to put his business out.
I'm changing his name in my phone now for that.
I'm not putting his business out, but he drives a very Mike Lowry car.
Oh no, he goes crazy.
And I'm like, all right, bro.
Yeah, he going crazy in Miami. I always tell him like I gotta come down there and feel.
He's a great DJ too. He's an amazing
human being.
Yeah, so it's like, and that's why I say even with those cats, like even folks like that fuck with me and stuff like that. Like I'm glad we finally got a chance to cross paths and yeah, let's definitely do some more stuff and please, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yo, Money, thanks for coming through. Big shout to you.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, man.
Love.
If you want to watch more episodes from R.O.A.D Podcast, click either links on the left or the right. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page and get updated on new uploads throughout the week. Peace.